Welcome back to Sunday's session. A group who has yet to come up with a name. One day. We've come up with a few, but yet none have come through. Last time we left off, the party had just come off some downtime in town to then follow that up with a quest down the mountain and into the farming territory of Velkomen's, just Velkomen, the city of scholars. As you would find yourselves kind of traveling down below, meeting with a few of the druids who ran the village, finding out about the creature itself and the dangers of it. You lot would plow on, continuing through the snow, with most of the party managing to be able to walk on top of the snow, poor Eider being carried in a sled due to his very heavy armor. But though the party did manage to make do with it, as you lot managed to find your way to the ice lake for the dire situation quest, in which, to both your dismay and I hope excitement after killing the creature, we had one of our best ever battles in any of my D&D campaigns, thanks to Ned's add-on. I really wish, if I am ever going to put a compilation of my favorite events, that one comment of yours right at the hearing of a honk in the distance truly was one of my favorites. I've never laughed so hard.
A goose leaf flipper is on your shoulder.
Yeah, right? The sudden face of a goose at the side of your at the side of your vision. Yeah, but as you lot were shocked and surprised by the dire goose wormling, one with an ice breath weapon that would manage to put half of your party down to near half HP, though one member managing to easily tank it all. A lot of you did your best, smacking and beating to make sure this creature couldn't live to a third round, to regain its breath weapon once more. As you knocked the living crowd out of it, one after another, the party would find themselves defeating the creature, while also finding out a little bit more about the wormling having managed to kill a couple of white dragon wormlings, as well as the 3 eggs that they had managed to gather from the creature's supposed nest at the center of the ice lake. The party would then find themselves returning, though with the help of Sen to carry off with the bodies up the mountain, while the rest of the party, kind of not expecting a horde for a dire goose, decided to take what they had gained and continued on to the ship. Taking the ship and flying it up, they managed to get themselves back to town with the help of Sen the Hat Rack, and with a bit of speaking with the guild and a little bit of negotiations, the party managed to pick up a secondary quest, and as well as get their payments, allowing for Eider to get a little bit more of Sen's payment plan paid off here. Though the party would then find themselves splitting for a small little bit of shopping episode, with Eider and Domnander learning a couple things about town, getting a little bit of a talk amongst each other, getting to know each other truly. On the other side, Kesnanok would have the exact opposite. If there could be screaming of hatred and expletives in the first 5 minutes of this YouTube video, I swear to God, I'm gonna fly down there. As Kez got basically a very good deal from a very kind old owl era Cochrane named Bronze. What was it? Just Bronze. With the help of a couple of kind stories about an orphanage and some young smiths just trying to make their way in this world, Kesnanok would find himself with what he assumed to be 2 cursed items, one of which he had already managed to figure out. As we come back to the party kind of gathering together as Domnander, Eider, Kesnanok, Ned, and Sen, the Hat Rack, come together in the middle of the street. A large painted wagon kind of being dragged by Sen, now shining a bright bluish color, as you look kind of gather in the center street of the city, heading back towards your ship. As Kez kind of pulls out the few splinters of his exasperation of smacking the shelves as he walked out of that shop earlier.
No, I would never do property damage. That's not really that lawful good of me. I would definitely be punching a tree outside, though.
That poor tree.
Hey, those are protected the frost giant lands. Hey, whoa.
You have a permit for that tree punching.
That was Ned's uncle, man.
Bad,
what
guys.
The fuck?
Oh shit, my bad, Ned. I'll do a donation of a copper piece.
Man commits battery against another dude's uncle and throws him a copper piece.
I think it's funny that you all think his uncle is an actual tree.
He's a green giant.
You dare commit tree abuse?
It's actually, I committed treason. Thank you very much.
God.
It's all fun and games until Ned whips out the third shoe.
Sitting on eggs.
Ned is sitting on eggs. He's gonna be the proudest papa.
Yeah, the three goose eggs that are slightly spotted in coloration, each having a different coloration of their spots to them. As you lot kind of gather together, wagon now fully painted, and as you take a second kind of looking at, you realize this is the wagon from the bottom of the ship that Sen is pulling around.
Sen, how'd you get that out of there?
Sen fix wagon.
Never mind. It's blue. I get it.
Sen, did you have enough?
Huh?
Sen, did you have enough to paint this thing?
Yes.
So actually, is it now like a metal cart? I mean, it's wood, but it's covered in like the chlorine.
It's coated
now.
in like metal paint.
It is coated in metal paint now, yeah.
That's crazy.
And it does sparkle a little blue.
Huh. Or the wheels red?
Lucky, no. All blue.
All blue. Heard. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, you must have been really lucky to get that cart out of the ship.
Cart contort like flexible person.
Oh right. Well. Let's see here.
Because you have fancy new armor. How's that?
Yes. As you can tell, my mood is also deteriorated with my gain of armor.
No, you seem mostly the same.
Oh, yeah. Nonetheless, I need to find a break curse or destroy curse scroll, whatever the fuck it's called.
The cleric, who has a spell fully available in his spell list, who doesn't know what the spell's called.
He's not high enough level yet.
I'm not high enough level.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I needs more level.
Believe one of the quests offered spell scrolls in exchange for its completion. I don't recall what strength these would be, but it might be something we have to consider.
Unfortunately, it is 2 first-level spell scrolls. Not exactly what I'm looking for.
There's the magic shop, which...
Yeah, hold on. I just came from there. I guess I could go back.
Give me a spot check, Kez, as you kind of turn back for a minute.
Now, wouldn't it be fucking wild, guys, if it just disappeared? Wouldn't it be so crazy?
Just sank into the fucking earth.
It's just went gone. Because that would really just make things just so much better for me personally. Okay, hold on. I was on my character sheet. Give me like 3 seconds. I know, right? Never am.
It's because the splinters, man. Kez, that tree he was abusing, it was a whole thing.
Alright, spot check. 9.
Alright, 9.
I rolled a 2 and I had a +7.
As you look about, you do see a female frost giant kind of smiling with the biggest grin on her face about 50 feet down the street, looking at you. She is wearing hefty plate, battle scars covering her body. Her head is shaved, all but a single ponytail at the back of her head. As she looks over at you, she kind of waves at you as you look over towards her direction.
I kind of give like the wave where it's kind of like your hand up and your fingers just go up and down, like that kind of like hi. I look at the rest of my party as I turn back around, like, well, at least it's a woman this time.
You
just like pat Kez and say, "That's what people think about you, right?"
I know.
Send walk to Trilodric.
Who's that again?
Send walk to Trilladric.
That was the name of the magic shop that you were in earlier. Or no, actually,
yes.
sorry, that is not the magic shop.
It's
My
the other
apologies.
one.
It's the other one that you did not go to.
Yeah.
He was in Vevisair.
Yes.
Vevisair.
Yes, Vevisair, the fancy name
Can
that
you-
reminded me of the French.
Oh, it ain't fancy.
Can you describe again the woman waving at Kez?
She is a large frost giant. She has pretty much the rest of her head shaved except for a single ponytail at the back. Wearing heavy plate and has battle scars all over her body.
Oh, you know what I say, guys? Romance is for losers. Hop on back and we'll be off.
No, can I
Mhm.
roll some kind of check because I'm not sure what was made.
Let's get out of here.
What?
He's already out the door. He's running.
Can I roll a check? Because I know we looked at the quest board in character, but I didn't ask for information about who the arena lady is for the Shifting Sands quest. Did it specify what her race was?
I'll give that to you for free, because you do have the documents, I'd assume, or you were looking at the documents earlier in the ship when you guys were looking at the quests. The description of the individual was, their name was Arena, and that they were staying in town. That's all that was given about the individual.
That fucking threw me for a loop because I heard arena and I thought you were talking about E. Like Arena.
No,
The fucking name of the quest is Shifting
Arena.
Sands. So I was like, wait, there's a fucking Coliseum in this bitch?
No, not
I-
yet.
we
It's
should
Coliseum
make
for
one.
scholars. Map debates, man. They need the,
No, I might build one because Frost Giants like fighting, so I might.
Bro, call me
Wizard
Socrates.
Wars.
I'm about to go philosophical on this guy.
In the medical town, in your medical research town, it'd be great practice for all the aspiring doctors and medics to have a coliseum.
As you guys are kind of looking at, looking about, the woman does finally come walking over to you, Lot. She kind of smiles over at Kez and goes, I heard you're in the need of spell scrolls? As she seems to have a very wide grin on her face.
Is this what I think it is?
Yeah.
My name's Nanan. Allow me to introduce myself. I specialize in spell scrolls. I work down in the city of Nighton. I have a little shop called Nanan Scrolls.
Nighton's a place that got like anti-magic bombed, right? This is
It
me,
got
the
all its
player.
magic taken out of it, yeah.
When were these scrolls made?
Oh, most of my stock, I've made some fresh stock, but most of it comes from my years as a Vikinger, so, these 10, 20 years, though thankfully a lot of it was being moved over during an incident recently. I tell ya, I lost my sorcerer abilities, but thankfully my god still, understands me well enough to keep me, quite capable.
Gotcha. So, what do you got? I am looking for a, what was it, a Destroy Curse? I can't even remember the name of the spell.
Curse.
Remove Curse. That's what it's called. That's what I need.
Sorry,
Remove
break
curse.
enchantment, remove curse.
She kind of looks at you for a second and goes, remove curse. I could do that for about 5,500 gold pieces.
That's oh.
She gives you a flutter of her eyes and a smile of this very, very messily face.
Is Kez an air shot?
You are all kind of standing around, I assume, together.
I just get nudge Kez and just knife across the throat, and then just thumbs down,
Yeah, I know. That was.
You won't find any other magic scrolls in the area. I've made sure of that, actually. It's funny what you can do when you pay the right people. But if you're interested in making sure that little armor doesn't become a problem for you, she kind of lightly runs her finger across the armor set around your
Please don't
shoulders.
touch me, ma'am.
Can I? Dom Classic. Send sense motive.
Yeah! Let's go, Dom! Let's go!
Listen, I wanted to do something else, but I realized Kez did not give Dom information in character for me to ask the question I want to out of character, so I'm just gonna have to sense motive generally.
They sense motive.
Only option.
Can I just look at Ez and just be like, send no guy in Troll Lands, take a few hours to go through portal, get scroll.
You know, Sin.
So we're good for negotiation.
Damn, I only got a 10. That was ass.
And what are you
Dom's
trying
not on
to?
today.
What are you trying to understand?
She's approaching him. She's called the competition. Dom already knows she's a shifty person, or just a very cutthroat saleswoman. Dom's trying to determine if it's a scam spell scroll or if she's legit selling a spell scroll and just has hiked the prices up for her benefit.
She is fully selling a legitimate product, but yes, she is very capitalizing on the fact that she has no competition. You does not take a very high role in that.
Now that that's confirmed, because I didn't want to say it before because it wasn't sense motive. We met this character. She had the only magic scroll shop, and she like 10x'd all the prices when Saturday met her.
Yeah.
So, Sen, you said you had a buddy in the Trolllands?
Crusader. Good at remove curse.
You see the mention name, Nanan kind of looks up for a second at that and goes, I see he's still alive. I thought I burned down his shop. I guess that's good to know. Well, if you change your mind, sweet thing, as she kind of looks you up and down, Kesnanok, you or the big green giant are always welcome in my shop.
Thank you. I appreciate the welcome.
You threaten troll?
She just...
I think she's just, yeah, I got no idea.
She looks over at Sen and goes, oh, not threatened. I burned it down. I mean, I was there personally. Knocked him in the nose and everything.
How exactly did you stop being a sorcerer?
She kind of looks over at you and goes... she kind of like somewhat step forward to Sen, getting ready, kind of reaching for a weapon at her hip. As she stops at that comment, looks over and goes, some weird ritual. Some fancy guy came around buying drinks for everyone. Should have known it was, beer doesn't bubble like that normally. Good thing to learn for you. It was pink too. Another thing I should have figured out. But man, did it smell so good and taste so strong. Couple of drinks. Next thing I know, we were being attacked by this weird beholder group. One that was really large and shot lightning out of its mouth, flew off. I mean, one of the shopkeepers tried to shoot it with an arrow, and then next thing I know, I wake up and I can't cast, and guy's gone. Ale tastes terrible in my mouth, and Utham's yelling at everyone. It was a whole thing. From what he told us, from my understanding, we got tricked into a ritual by some individual called Jakix. He didn't leave much more information than that. Something about him being a problem.
International fiend criminal.
Yeah, that. Sweet guy though. He definitely can make a drink. That stuff will knock you on your ass. I assume that's what take my spell casting away was the drink. I doubt there's a ritual out there that could do it. Wouldn't make sense that magic could take magic away.
Well,
Would I, as a druid, know that?
Roll me a knowledge nature.
Oh, an 11.
From your understanding of how magic works, Ned, you understand that the plants seem to have and breathe off magic, humans seem to breathe off magic, everything gives magic. In a sense, it kind of sounds like basically he took their breath away in the concept of like like chakra concept, if you will, and that's kind of the similar understanding of what it kind of comes to you of what he's explaining.
I see.
What common sense rule do you want for Sen to understand? He probably didn't have enough of this drink for literally everyone in a town.
You can give me an appraisal check to see if you can tell how much that would take.
Because, especially with frost giants, they're very large. 19, actually. Wow.
Taking a second and looking at each of them, it seems almost as if they... I mean, they could probably drink a cask each themselves if this individual was a small, and like as they're describing him. There's no way, even a giant wouldn't be able to bring that by himself. I mean, it would take a lot of people to bring that much ale into one place that quickly.
And I know he's not a giant, because I've seen images of him. I think depicted as a medium.
There's no statement for his height, but he is noted to be shorter than a giant, like as part of the description, that he is shorter than a giant.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, alter self change magic is a thing.
I think,
but besides that.
I think when Sen thinks, it's very obvious, because he doesn't think, he's like rubbing his chin, like narrowing his, just looking, like tongue slightly out.
Nate just kind of smiles. You go ahead.
Can you tell me more about this ritual?
Not really. I'll be honest. You'd probably get more out of Regan Utham. There was a group who said they saw everything. What was their name? They had really rude customers. They came in, looked around, said they would think about coming back, never did. I'm pretty sure what was his name? The Snowbeard fella. He introduced himself as something weird. Come to think of it, you look a lot like him. What was his name? And you see she kind of thinks for a second and goes, I think Ironheart, Goldenheart, something Heart. It was some merchant company group that came there that saw the whole thing. Apparently they chased him off, as according to what Regan Utham told us.
Was his first name James by any chance?
That's it. Yes, that's it. That weird name. Yeah,
that's my cousin.
Oh. Well, hopefully you're kinder than he was when it comes to business and a bit more understanding. The dragon kin he had with him kind of led him around by a rope. I'm pretty sure they were lovers or maybe even engaged. I'm not sure.
I know that this is going to sound a little odd. Could I see your hand for just a moment? No tricks of any kind. I just want to... I have some familiarity with magic. I wanted to see what's going on. It's very alarming what happened to that town in general.
Sure. Doesn't bother me none. I can still use spellcrafting for some reason, so... And she kind of holds out her hand to you. You see it is missing her ring finger to the digit, and the rest of the hand seems very scarred and slightly, almost with like burn marks all across it.
Gotcha. I guess it's a not like, specific ability, but I wanted to like kind of like take her hand and see like how it reacted potentially to like Essentia, like my like form of magic, and just seeing like, is it just fully like dead or is it just like full?
What's your casting stat? It's charisma, right?
Technically con and wisdom, so
okay. I'll let you pick con or wisdom.
Let's go con.
All right, do a con check for it.
Oh, 23 for the nat 20.
As you kind of start to feel kind of focus in your magic through your body for a second, feeling the magic explode to your hand as you take hers, as you almost try to force it around into her hand to see if it will take or to see if there's any reaction. For a second, you feel the magic almost start to flow through to her body, but it seems to reach out as if it's trying to grasp for something. And it seems to retract almost moments later as if nothing's there.
Gotcha. Does it feel like it's like physically like restrained?
You don't feel any magic coming from her, as it almost seems like the magic seems to kind of it's looking for some sort of vessel to go within, and it's not there anymore, or it can't find it.
Got it.
I say, Kez, if you want to give me since you've got profession doctor, profession healer, you can see if you have an interest in this.
Yeah, I'll roll for it.
All right.
Advertisements.
I hope not. I don't think they're supposed to help you with your dice rolling. You're getting sponsorship, and I need to know.
Unfortunately, that's a nat 1 for a 6.
That Raid Shadow Legends sponsor is going to have to held up to get that nat 20, huh?
Yeah, right?
We're Nat 6. As you kind of look at the individual, there definitely is something off about them, but you just can't place your finger on it. As you see their body is scarred. There is plenty of obvious damage and wounds from over the years that they've taken. It's really a hard thing to get a real look and read it. There could be 1,000 things that could have gone wrong with this individual as you look him over, Kez.
Well, we better get going.
Yeah. Sorry, I was hoped I could provide some kind of assistance, but it seems like it's just scooped out.
She looks and goes, yeah, Regan Utham said something about some veins or something like that shriveling up and dying. I don't know, everyone from the village has had weird, issues keeping their breath, running in the cold, doing any sort of, activities that would normally involve magic seems to almost wipe and fatigue everyone. It's a whole weird thing. He's doing research on it, so we'll find out soon enough. But about the interest in my spell scrolls, so, I'll tell you what, since you are such an interested customer, how about 5,000 gold pieces there for you? She looks over at Kez with a smile on her face.
No.
You've got to know that's not a sustainable business practice 10 times than the price. They're one-use items. If you were selling wands, maybe, but...
Well, you gotta understand there's not many who can do what I do that have settled down in the area. Well, at least that used to be the case. Oh, she kind of smiles and goes, and also, I've sold plenty in my days. Oh, that's why I'm able to walk around and wander as I will.
Right, but you're charging the same amount for, an entire suit of plate mail.
Yeah,
That's just never gonna math out right.
There's a gentleman that came through and bought up half of my stock this morning. Some gentleman by the name of Zarius? I don't know. Some weird name. Zarius, maybe? Yeah, something like that. I'm not too concerned, I'll be honest there, and she kind of gives you a wink. But I do appreciate your thinking of business. When you have your own shop and aren't running around with, and she kind of looks over the whole rest of your party and goes, well, you'll understand. And she kind of gives a smile and walks away.
Not for the grace of fools. I don't say it directly where she could hear it. I'm just saying it to myself. God bless.
Once she's gone, Sen sighs and just go, well, fair play. Sen must burn down her shop.
So you said, so how long would it take for us to get to your friend who sells scrolls?
If Sen went a few hours, but would have to pay for portals. Not sure about portal prices.
What if Sen went as a hat rack?
Well, sneak no help. They have to turn portal on.
Oh, well, yes. That might be
How much does it cost to deliver items?
What if we send you as a hat rack?
You just want to ship me to the troll lands.
There's a moment in every DM's life when the party's staring at a door that's unlocked and they've just got to watch them as they try and figure out how to unlock the door for 2 hours. I'm just going to enjoy this.
I'm just going to go, Sen will just go, Sen go check portal price first. And I'm going to walk off. I'll leave the cart there for them. And I'll walk off to see what it costs to turn the portal on for single people rather than a ship.
All right. In the meantime, let us discuss our next course of action after I hopefully get a scroll.
Right.
All right. So after we get this armor that honestly fills me with incredible amounts of rage, let's see. What do you guys think on the next quest? Let's see these papers.
Yeah, I was hoping to go a bit ghost busting.
Some ghost busting, huh?
Snow Spirit capture seems good. Also, Skyward Situation has a heftier price tag attached to it. As Domnander pulls out the papers he's been holding on to and hands them over to Kez to look over. White Wolf Hunt has a good price tag if we get it back alive. Less so if we kill it.
Well, with the
Queen's Gamble seemed not as well worth the risk, and I worry that Zarius and his men might have already done the job.
Well, if we with the wife wolf hunt, Ned, how good are you at handling animals?
I don't think it's an animal necessarily.
Probably a thinking one.
I would like to think it's a wolf.
Damn thing carries a shield.
When the mayor grasped my hand and I experienced the second worst, well, first but second prophecy hallucination type experience that day, I saw lots of things in rapid flashes, one of which was the wolf, but it turned into something humanoid. The details are fuzzy, but it seemed clear that it wasn't just a wolf. There's some level of magic or sentience to this thing, which means Ned will still be useful, but I don't think we can bribe it with venison and head pats.
You think it's lycanthropy?
I don't know much about lycanthropy, but there is a chance, yes.
I mean, it says here it hasn't harmed anyone. And it's, what, alone? That's odd for a wolf.
Very.
Also, from my investigation, damn thing carries a shield on its back.
That also does not something normal wolves tend to do.
I definitely don't like the idea of killing this creature.
Oh, side note, because I just rechecked my notes. It was specified as small humanoid for people to know. So out of character, probably like a dwarf or something.
Either that or a child.
That too? Either
Wait,
way,
what? The
we
small humanoid?
would want to. Yes.
The wolf was when in
Small
its human form, it was a small humanoid.
The one of the many visions Royce described was Dominander saw a white wolf turn into a small
Oh,
humanoid with the
got
shield
it.
on his back. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just reading my
So,
reading the thing Royce sent me. It was like 6 feet tall. I was like, what the hell?
yeah. Humanoid form is, I guess, small. So whatever we do, we'll want to approach it diplomatically if we want it alive. Cautiously, I suppose.
I agree. It looks like whatever this wolf hunt thing is, I definitely don't want to cause any harm. But I think we should give that one a look. However, if that's the case, then I want to not be fueled with an unimaginable rage I've never once felt before in my life.
Oh, Sin left like 3 minutes ago.
Oh, I know. So,
Holding up with that, by the way. You seem very calm for someone filled with the most rage you've experienced in your life.
you know, a lot of breathing exercises. You know, it's like there's points where it's like I hear someone just say a word. It doesn't have to be any special word. I'm like, man, I really want to kill this person, but I'm really just trying to hold it all together. And so just
Seem to be doing well.
You watch as a frost giant kind
A
of.
little bit of like a side eye.
A frost giant kind of walks by and looks over at Keston and Ock and goes, "Hey, fuck you, buddy."
fuck you!
You see as he pulls a small knife and looks at Kez, right, like he is gets down in position.
Ned slowly raises his
know the
ball
giant
stick
goose,
just in case he
motherfucker!
needs it.
Wait,
I'm like,
wait, what, Ned?
I like slowly raise up my bonk stick just in case I need to use it.
I'm just like trying to like put a hand on Kez's shoulder, like Kez, the sanctity of life. You know, this isn't.
Hey man, you look fucking ugly. You're an ugly man.
You look like the bottom of my left foot after I stepped in shit!
What the fuck?
I look at Kaz and I'm like, well, at least he said you look like a man.
Hey, I don't think. Hey, friend, I don't think you want to be attacked by this one. He's got a special version of magical rabies, and it's highly contagious. And can I attempt to do some kind of check to get this guy to leave?
Yeah, give me a diplomacy check to see if he'll go.
Yeah, I feel like Kez is doing the intimidation, so I'll do diplomacy. Like, hey.
Can I aid another and call Kez a werewoman and say that his bite give him boobs?
Werewoman!
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. I got a 17 diplomacy.
I got a 9 to aid another, so that didn't happen.
Let me see something. The guy kind of looks at you and just goes, fine. Puts his knife away and goes, I'm watching you, fella. Guy just glares at
eyes
you.
going back and forth.
Guy continues walking on his way. As he walks in.
I'm coming.
Kez, I would like you to avoid spending more time in jail. As I pat his shoulder.
I almost lost my cool there.
Hey, Kez, why don't you come sit
Almost?
in the extremely lucky cart?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Extremely lucky cart.
Now I have a very
Didn't
important
you
question
ask
for you, Kesnanok.
Oh, what's up?
When you sit in this cart, do you lay down, or are you just sitting down?
I do not intend on laying down. I'm just gonna sit.
I have a secondary question for Sen then. Sen, did you paint the inside of the wagon?
I did say the whole cart, to be fair.
Okay, we're gonna try. Well, no, and yes.
That is fair wording. I did say I painted
Alright.
the whole cart too.
Kez, I'm gonna higher or low.
Whoa.
Okay.
Fuck.
Fool!
That's
actually good. That's actually good. Never mind.
Alright, yeah, as you sit in the cart, you feel yourself calming down. Nothing seems to happen.
See, the cart's a nice blue hue.
Like a frost giant. Cool like the breath of a dire goose.
All right, Dom, let's pull our good friend and go talk to a person about trying to catch a damn spirit.
Domnander looks at the cart, at the heavy ass Kuznanok sitting in it. I'm gonna look at my carrying capacity real quick, out of character.
Do we not?
Is it
Wait, what
times
happened
4
to
when
the,
you drag?
The direwolf was left in the back at the ship because Sen decided to bring the cart himself.
Sen was pulling it. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't have great strength at the moment, so I don't know. I guess with Eider I might be able to drag it, but...
I don't want to kill everyone in a 100-mile radius.
I have a question. Does Ned go and sit in the cart too with his goose eggs, or?
I think I'd leave the goose eggs in the warm ship.
Okay.
If we're going on another adventure. Ned would, though, reach out thinking he's going to help Kez and give a shoulder rub, and then realize there's way too much armor and just kind of, bring his hands back.
Okay.
Just here, grind.
Yeah, Ned is going to head back to the ship to kind of get the eggs set up somewhere in the ship while you guys are, I guess Eider and Domnander go and with Kez, or are you guys going to wait till Ned catches back up after dropping the eggs off?
Probably
That's
go
it.
with Kez, or with Ned.
Okay.
And then come, loop back and go to the store, because it should only take
If we go to the
20
ship,
minutes.
we could get the wolf for the cart, so I
Yeah.
don't see why we wouldn't.
These are all wonderful ideas.
Alright, Eider and Domnander, let's get some strength checks for pulling Kesnanok in the cart.
I'm gonna be honest. This is probably gonna be most of you, Eider, unless Ned steps in. Well, Ned's got the eggs. He can't. Yeah, this is gonna be mostly you, buddy.
I got a 10.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
In my defense, I'm a dwarf, so if it is not above my
so
carrying
not-
capacity, I don't
Not a
slow down.
natural, but I got a 1.
Kez, you have never felt more manly than as you watch your two teammates struggle to move your ass and this heavy armor. As you watch these two struggle to push this cart, it does not move at all in the somewhat semi-snowy street.
You know what?
The
I'm
trolls
just
pay
trudging down
head
the
to the
street.
weight of this thing?
Hey guys, I'm very
This-
calm right
this-
now. Let me pull the cart.
Don Under will
That's
side
your happy
eye
place.
with Eider. It was step back. Kind of put my hands up like, okay.
Heider kind of very red in the face, a little vein in his forehead, a little pop down. And let's go.
Your happy place. I got this.
Hey, buddy. Come on, man.
Alright, Kez, give me a strength check.
How
Sunny
heavy?
Beach. No
How,
one
how
can
heavy?
fight
How
your
heavy
back.
is the cart anyway?
With the metal painted onto it. Give me a moment and I will pull up that. Where's my exploration map? There we go. I believe. Oh wow, wrong map. Give me a second. I will. I just gotta find my link for it. Because I believe carts are roughly 200 to 300 pounds, but give me 1 second. Let me just pull. Where the fuck did my tab go? There it is. When your DM is online and you have 40 tabs open at the same time. Alright. So, to answer your question, carriages are actually 600 pounds. I was wrong.
Oh, right, let me do them. Let me see what I can do for my
But
push
probably-
drag.
well, it
away.
has wheels, so dragging is going to be a little easier than but
To get it moving is still 600 pounds. It's just the momentum will take it once you start. It's the problem of getting the initial check going.
All right.
If you have the push, pull, drag though, fully, that's within.
My push pull drag is 2,600 pounds.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! Yeah, with ease.
It's only 1,000, but I can't do that. And
with all
Kez,
the
I don't-
Yeah,
equipment.
yeah. I
And
mean, I
Kez.
am a very heavy human being. Yeah.
Let's say Kez and his armor and his weight, yeah. As Kez kind of gets off the cart and starts to pull it forward, you lot seem to start going with ease. As you kind of catch up to Ned, who's already halfway down the road, heading towards the direction, or towards the ship. As you guys kind of catch up towards the ship, finally, you see as Zarius is kind of smiling and waving at you lot as from the top aboard his own. A hat rack clearly like standing right behind him, though none of the crew seems to notice him as the ship looks like it's getting ready to take off.
hi, cousin.
Zarius seems to wave as the ship gets up and flies through the portal, heading off. As you lot kind of head back towards your own, a few lanes down, getting up onto the ship and climbing aboard a large ladder that has been kind of set up now to allow you lot to board more easily instead of having to climb up the side of the wing. Seems to have been set out for you lot with a simple sign that says "Hat Rack got tired of climbing wings."
Little things that make it feel like a home.
As you lot head on board, Ned, Ned, are you just heading down to like the engine, or trying to find the giant copper where all the copper pipes kind of lead to, or are you gonna put this in your own like room?
Yeah, I'd say like the main area where kind of the pipes are.
Okay.
I'd make kind of a nest for them.
Yep, as you head down to the bottom deck, finding the majority of the large, what looks to be a massive steampunk-like engine with pipes going in and out of it that seem to normally rattle and make noise. Currently, nothing seems to be doing such. The little crystals inside the center of the machine seem to kind of give a faint glow as you put together some cloth and stuff from the bunks on the second floor where the rest of the crew would normally sleep and make a little swaddled up nest for the eggs. as you set them out, kind of heading up back with the rest of the group.
Tuck them in and give them all an individual kiss as well.
Okay, does Ned read them a story, or is it, or tell them a story?
I mean, we're a little crunched on time, so I'll
Okay.
skip the bedtime story.
It's back up.
All right, but if they don't get into Ivy League duck schools, we'll know when you went wrong.
God damn it.
Goose schools.
Yeah, it's true. You know, they gotta go to proper geese schools here. But as you lot kind of gather back up at the top deck where the pilot's chairs kind of set up, the captain's quarters at the back, a large table set out with the quests and all that. Looking over, did you guys need a moment to take a second to look over anything, or you have your stuff mostly figured out? Also, welcome back, Dom. All you missed was Ned put the eggs to bed.
Oh, I caught the edge of that.
Oh, okay. No, that's horrible. By the way, that joke
The part
is.
that matters. The bedtime story.
You know. But yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm. All right, Ider's good.
I was like, I'm just gonna get the wolf for the cart and stuff, and that's about it for me.
Probably smart to not leave a dire wolf alone with a bunch of eggs.
ironically,
Yep.
because of Bartran's warning, I still have never been in my own fucking room yet.
Don't listen, it's fine.
Thinking.
Alright. As you lot kind of gather together, getting ready to head up or head up. Where are you lot, or where are you guys heading with the cart now? With the wolf kind of the dire wolf kind of tied to the wagon or the carriage to pull. Where are you lot kind of heading?
Well, I believe we're going to be waiting for Sen to get back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Admittedly, I was going to go to the research place.
Yeah, by all means. You think?
Yeah, we can research, and Dom would mention he also wants to find somewhere to send a quick letter to Utham before we head out to our next quest. I assume there would be a place in town for that, knowing Utham.
You haven't seen anything, but I mean, given the guild and such is kind of like the main representation of the government here, starting there would probably be a good place to go. I mean, Mayor Dan is probably still there.
Ah.
Oh, yes, I would love to meet Mayor Dan again.
Vision. Oh no. Okay, we're avoiding Mayor Dan. I might need to go alone for that. We're not bringing Kez anywhere near that man.
Oh, yeah?
I was say, yeah, as you, I mean, you get the, assumingly with the wolf kind of tied up, does it mean Kez and Ned are going to be left behind at the ship, or are you guys going to not going together with, Ider?
Honestly, to be fair, I think it would be better if Keznok stay on the ship, but I also don't want to split up the party more than it's already about to be.
Mm-hmm. We can leave you in the cart when we go to research place. You could just be like sat outside, guarding the cart.
Yeah, we'll just be in a cool place.
Or to be fair, is there a place more peaceful than a library? Quiet.
The back of the cart.
It depends on who's there.
You could go hang out in the Druid Guild. Probably pretty decent.
You'd probably get stoned out of your fucking mind.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to the library.
Okay, so this Kez kind of follows along. Ned, are you coming along with the rest of them after you heard?
Yeah, I'll go with.
I'll say you heard Druid and Stoned. I assume that caught your attention.
Did Dom? Did you take the wolf or just tie it up?
We're taking the wolf to
I
pull the
imagine
wagon.
I'm not splitting up from the party. Donna just expresses a desire to attempt to write a letter before we embark on our quest. I would be with you guys in the cart traveling to the university.
And the wolf's just pulling your cart.
The wolf's okay.
Yeah, so the wolf's tied up to the cart right now and would presumably be with Kez outside.
I was gonna have to have a talk to the wolf about the eggs if the wolf was.
No, I mean, still do that, but the wolf's with us right now.
Alright. As you lot kind of gather together, getting in the carriage, as the dire wolf kind of sighs at the thought of having to pull the carriage once more, the creature starts to kind of move in the direction it is ordered. as you lot kind of start heading towards the center of town, the large temple-like pillar with the four kind of corners of each of the guilds, as well as the main central area where the library or the academy, as well as Mayor Dan supposedly holds up residence. You lot kind of head towards it. It takes you about an hour before you get all the way up there. As you do, though, many of the villagers that kind of live around the city seem to kind of always get, every once in a while, flip off and or swear at every time Kez kind of pokes his head out the side or seems to lock eyes with anyone. It's almost as if they're drawn to him in a rage and hatred.
Kez's just eyes closed, just like.
Good news is, Kez, they all call you. They all seem to refer to you as a man, though.
Yeah,
Ned returns waves, thinking they're talking to him.
We're Zen, Ned. We are one with the universe. Peace of mind.
All right, Ned. That is the last thing Ned needs more of.
Somnander will lean over to Eider and be like, "I'd say one of us stays with him to keep him calm, but knowing what was revealed not too long ago, I think being alone with him would make him more angry." I just kind of idly.
How far down does Dom have to lean to whisper to Eider?
He's not like whispering to be too secretive.
Eider is 5 feet tall. Domnender is 20-something feet tall.
No, 16'9".
Oh, that's right. I remember what, yeah, so 11 feet down. So literally, like, Dom to whisper into Eider's ear literally has to basically kind of scooch to the edge of the cart, lean over their entire body until they're almost propped up on their elbow to talk to them.
If I'm cart and Eider standing walking, it helps a little bit.
Fucking Dom has to give me the bedroom eyes if I can get
I just pick you up and I like, oh, you're too heavy for you to pick up. I think it'd be great if I could one hand
Eider
pick you
just
up
looks
and
at
talk
Dom.
to.
Puppies.
Need a shoulder mount so that way Eider can just hang out up there. Oh.
I'm not Pikachu, goddammit.
Boosted.
You kind of are.
Your strength boosted.
Pikachu, use Cannonball.
Fucking Christ.
But no, as you lot start to head in towards town, in the cart or the carriage, though as Ned kind of waves to the individuals, Kaz kind of zoning out, like trying to keep his eyes closed in his meditative position, while Dom's kind of leaning, given the sexy eyes position here to Eider as he leans into whispering these things to Eider. The very weird, very eccentric adventuring party finally makes their way after about an hour of travel through the streets. That surprising is pretty empty. I mean, it's not a big city. There's only a couple villagers, thankfully, a couple of locals who kind of seem to notice, and most again don't seem to be immediately aggressive towards Kez. But those few that lock eyes before he closes his eyes seem to be very aggressive at the beginning. As you guys though do make it there. Passing through the four pillars going around, we do have the adventuring guild called the Frozen Brain Guild, that they are known for their monster parts and research. The Borealis Guild, which is the merchant guild. The Cold Thorn, which is the Druids Guild, as well as the Farming Guild, and then Grunaga Academy, which is kind of the central area of this entire kind of four-pillar structure, the center column, if you will, that kind of goes up as a massive library, and with the university classrooms kind of like split off in those sections. So,
like different colleges of the university, you know?
Basically, yeah. As you kind of look, heading in and kind of walking about as you lot do, the area seems to be very nicely carpeted, much of it having the House of Grunaga shown. Paintings of Utham himself reading or researching or teaching a class on something or other kind of are depicted throughout. A few other frost giants of note seem that you recognize as some of the shop owners that also seem to be kind of depicted amongst these ranks. Much of the books seem to be stacked, shelves full of them as you look about, all of them reading as by the Collective of Pyrus or by the House of Grunaga. as you kind of look through. There is at the center of the large column, as you look up, kind of gives a full, clear picture of all the way to the top of the large library. In total, 8 floors that you count looking up. As the central area seems to have a large reception with about 4 frost giants kind of working about, laughing and joking as people come in and out. Most of the people who seem to walk about this area all look to be wearing heavy robes, carrying staves or wands or books of some sort.
Y'all just best be careful that I don't get enlightened. I'll become the Buddha. Don't make me.
I say the heavy smell of coffee and depression is everywhere, like any good college.
Ah, yes.
As well as cheap noodles is somewhere in the area.
I feel like we like pull a burnout like right next to the fucking Druid Academy, kick Kez and fucking
Ned out.
They're like, all right, later, nerds. See you when you're stoned.
Kesnok
Too late.
is not gonna smoke. He's just gonna sit there.
He's
and
just
not
gonna
do anything.
inhale.
No, he's actually not gonna move from where he is. He's gonna stay sitting right on the ground.
I say, Ned, are you heading into the guild to hang out?
Yep.
As you go in, Ned, you see this old granny frost giant with long green vines in her hair. The very old-looking robe of what mix of like moss and swamp grasses you've never seen before. Her staff looks to me made of solid purple coral that has little tubes at the top that create bubbles of smoke out of it. As she kind of smiles at you and goes, "I am Granny Apple, and I'm here to teach you some things." As she kind of pulls out what looks like a long green, like wrapped leaf joint that is already burning, as she kind of hands it to you and smiles and goes, "It's time for you to be enlightened, young druid."
I wonder if she has a pet crab apple.
All right.
God damn it, Glad that's gonna be leveling up in the
Ned will
background.
partake.
She kind of watches you smoke in. Give me a fortitude save.
Has a son named Johnny Apple Seed.
I'm gonna fucking come over there,
20
Kaz.
for a 25.
Damn, Ned knows how to handle his shit. This is like back at the Grove as you begin to feel the comfortable and welcoming high come in. Granny starts taking you back into the large circle where the many bongs and pipes are kind of set up. Different little animal pens are set to the sides. A large table set with fruits and vegetables that are being cooked up and served. The couple of plants off to the different corners where actual druids are doing work, though what work is being done seems to be almost in question, as they seem to be handing these joints off to different plants. The entire room is hefty with smoke as you find your people.
And Kez is just outside, like going, "Oh."
I like see like
Every
just
once in a
snippet
while,
of
I'll
this.
poke my head out and look at Kez, and then just poke my head back in.
Power within. Power within.
Each time.
Kez,
his
every
eyes
time
are
I look
redder.
at you, my pupils disappear ever so much more.
You know, and I mean, every time you look, I'm also in a different pose.
Kez, as you sit out there kind of watching the cart go around the corner and heading off, and watches Ned kind of brushes the snow off himself and heads in, you kind of sit there, kind of close your eyes again and begin to meditate. But as you do, someone you hear kind of comes and sits down next to you as you hear the crumpling of the light snow beneath you kind of be moved about. As what looks to be a young frost giant boy in very simple commoner's clothing kind of sits down, looks up at you and goes, "Hey, you don't talk much, do you?" "Oh, you're a monk. Oh, you do like the monastery thing. My father told me that the Genasi do something similar, although he says he doesn't understand half the crap, the mumbo-jumbo they did, but they knock out a Vikinger ship by themselves. It was quite an impressive feat. My name is Kez." You know, I met a turtle who did that once, and he died of old age. You know, You look like an interesting fella. I mean, are you like an adventurer or something?
Oh.
You're not. Yeah, okay. Alright. I really got nothing else to do. I can kind of hang out. All right, sure. And he kind of puts himself, puts his legs up, kind of puts his hands out, and starts coughing and mimicking. Guess the knock. Every once in a while, kind of opening his eyes to look over at you and kind of see if you're still doing it, or if this is just a gag of some sort.
Nope, still doing it.
Alright. Jumping over to Eider and Domnander, as you kind of burn out, heading around the corner, seeing Kez kind of left there, Ned brushing himself off and walking up the stairs, heading around the corner to the main entrance to the academy, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really
Where the
need to
library
check.
is.
The person that gave the quest out is the major person I want to see right this second. Because I assume if they're asking us to capture a spirit, that they have a device of some kind to do that. Otherwise, they have a fucking pipe dream.
Luna, as you kind of head into the reception, you do see a sign that kind of shows above that says, for those looking to how to capture the creature, reach out here, and you see a young frost giant kind of hanging out. This is for the snow spirit capture, I assume?
Correct.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. As you do so, he kind of smiles and goes, yeah. As they look over at you, seeing you're an adventurer, or your party kind of walking in, they kind of smile up almost immediately. Their long whitish blue hair kind of streaming along the back of their head. They seem to be wearing what looks to be a simple, what you would expect of a common merchant. Very simple robes, a light beret, or some sort of like fancy ribbon in her hair. Otherwise, she looks to be kind of plain overall, and she just kind of smiles up and goes, can I assume you're adventurers? Can I help you?
Yep. Hear about the device to actually capture your potential spirit. Rather not go in with the, pants down, if possible.
She kind of takes a second and goes, oh, you mean the thing Mayor Dan made? Shoot, I don't even remember what it was called. And you see she kind of starts thinking for a second. Yeah, let me go and find him, and see if I can find out where the item is. I can have that to you in a moment. Take a look around the shop, while I, look for it.
I kind of like shrug and like look around. About how much of the shop is evil?
It's not a shop. It is a massive academy, like pillar going up. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The short answer is you'd be quicker to not find evil than to what you're looking around at.
Donato just watches Eider get a headache out of nowhere.
She, after a few moments, she kind of comes over after kind of like as she looks over to walk over towards a large crystal, and she kind of walks over to you and goes, so there's kind of been a problem. Here's the device, and she hands you this item called, I'm not even joking, it's called Bottle O Method Capture. No, I did not make this. I got told this is the item I was handed. As you look over this object, it looks to be a very simple device. She hands you a few of these. The bottle looks to be a simple glass bottle with an iron kind of twist tie top on the top of it to uncork and recork it. The inside of it looks to be nothing special, but on the side of the bottle it just reads Bottle O Method.
I might have misunderstood. Or does this still work against the snow spirit in theory? Because that's a different quest. That's not the method quest.
She kind of looks at you and goes, this was what Mayor Dan said to give the people who go after the snow spirit capture.
To be fair, Eider, I don't believe the quest confirmed the creature was a spirit. I believe part of the quest was confirming and identifying what it was, as well as capture. As Down Under pulls out the paper to look over it.
She looks
that part is.
And she goes, well, no, sorry, I misunderstand. Oh, no, Mayor Dan has recognized the two quests are in the same area. That's, my apologies. As she's kind of looking at something, reading over something, goes, insanity works in mysterious ways. He says that you'll need this in the quest regardless.
Okay. Well,
as far as
methods, we can do the other quest too, I guess.
The snow spirit, he said he believes that the snow method is his understanding of the creature, and that's what he believes it was identified as. But so these bottle methods should work to capture it.
All right. If it's a ghost, and we're not going to be coming back with that in tow, I hope you understand that.
Well, if it's not the snow spirit that Mayor Dan is hoping for, then I honestly don't expect anything to come of it. Though I must ask, in the last 24 hours, what has your party been up to? If you don't mind my curiosity, we just got a report of a party kind of skulking about the area and looking nefarious, causing a bit of an uproar in town. I'm just curious, have you been in the area long?
Oh no, we just got back from another quest. Say driving off the dire goose.
We've only been in town long enough to take a quest, to leave on the quest, and have just returned. So any parties skulking about couldn't have been us. We've not lingered here long.
And
also, and I do my best shimmy in my fucking giant plate mail. Skulking, not a thing here.
That's fair. Oh, that's good to know. Then that brings me to a more worrisome question. Did you all by chance happen to see anybody leaving this morning or earlier before you left for the that dire situation quest you mentioned?
No, we rode in an airship and it was shitting a blizzard, as dwarves say.
She takes a second.
We are aware of potentially two other adventuring parties, one of which I believe just left through a portal, but no, we've not really stopped to chat.
See her eyes kind of seem to immediately glance to you. She seemed to be staring at Ida for a moment at the mention of another party leaving, and goes, "And what was that? What was the name of that group, by chance?"
Can I do a check here first?
Sure.
Gentlemen!
I detect you!
I'm not on Zorius' side per se, but I'm I don't know if I want to go dropping names depending on what kind of beef this is. I want to know if this is her because she's a secretary and an official, if she's questioning us as a government figure, or if this is a personal thing. She's trying to, she's got some beef with Zarius. Ooh, I keep rolling bad sense motives today. Maybe I should stop. Only an 8.
She does not seem, as you're kind of talking at this, she didn't seem to have any recollection of another party and seemed to at first be kind of accusing you for a moment. In all honesty, if you think about it and put two and two together, it's probably not a personal thing. It probably means she's looking at everyone.
Yeah, and I think Don Under would want to help ensure that that his party is not under suspicion and scrutiny with what's going on with Kez and everything. A quick question out of character because I forget. Zarius is Goldheart or Ironheart?
Goldheart.
That's what I thought. Cool. I don't want to accidentally throw Saturday under the bus. Zarius and the Goldheart company are who recently left. I haven't had a chance to talk to any other adventuring parties, but we met briefly at the guild. They had taken a quest that was out around the same time we had, and they've just left through a portal. Has something occurred?
Yeah, Mayor Dan's dead, and she kind of looks about kind of staring for a second, thinking. Because and someone had the ability to walk into here and kill him, and that's what scares me.
Not that I don't appreciate the ego boost that is thinking we could have killed him. I don't think that. I feel like the caution's a little misguided, because if they killed Dan, would they still be here?
Is your name not Eider?
Yeah.
Aren't you the one who's supposedly hiding out from Blackbone Og for owing him billions of gold?
Who?
The infamous pirate lord. They've been getting merchants coming into town since this morning talking about some individual named Eider, a snowbeard, that apparently his father owned Blackbone Og, 2 billion gold pieces in value. I figured that's why you were hiding out here. That's why I figured you killed Mayor Dan at first, because, I mean, the money would be worth it, I imagine, for the chance in that situation.
We were sent here by Reagan Newtham himself to help make the town prosperous. I know Eiter's new and his loyalties do not align as strong as me and the others, but we are here on official business. We're not on the run from any pirates that I'm aware. I do shoot Eider a bit of a side eye down low, and we certainly aren't here to kill any officials put into power by Reagan Newtham.
I mean, you have to convince me. You have to convince Regan Utham at this rate.
I am sure that can be done.
I mean, the only thing that's helping out is Mayor Dan's cohort. Lady Larlux managed to survive. She's going to give a statement to who she believes it was at the time, from what she can recollect. I'll be honest, I'd expect the guards to come find you, but I wouldn't leave town within the next few hours, given the situation. Hopefully you don't have any of your party members that are volatile or an issue that would cause a problem inside town.
Eiter, I should go see to that letter business, knowing this. Would you like to come with, or do you feel comfortable being here to continue our research?
You do notice some of the wizards and sorcerers, not making it very hidden, are starting to kind of eye you up, Eider, when the mention of owing 2 billion gold pieces in the background was heard.
Like, I've suddenly have satiated all of my academic inquiry for the next little while. I think I'll be coming along. Especially since somebody's spreading blatant falsehoods about 2 billion gold. I don't know where this sum of money ever came from. It's nothing I've ever owed. And I wish to state that as publicly as possible for anyone that may or may not be listening. I give, a meaningful, glare.
Has just... hearing Eider trying to, in the least, subtle way possible, clear his name, has just begun to walk toward, give Luna a bit of, a nod of acknowledgement, and has excused himself to go. I'm not sticking around for this debacle.
As you do kind of start walking, and as Eider kind of makes this clear, you hear a merchant, not being really quiet about it, make a comment. "Yeah, I heard you had 4 billion gold pieces, and there's a 2 billion gold piece bounty on your head."
Are you getting this crap?
One of the sorcerers, kind of hearing this, you see, kind of starts to grab a large gnarled staff and kind of looks to be eyeing you up from the other side of the library. As you start to walk.
4 billion gold bounty on me. An entire army would be after me.
Eiter, unless you want to
You're right, I'm consorting with idiots.
a scene.
You see the merchant kind of turning and pointing and commenting, saying, "He's a god in hiding! He's against our believer!"
If I'm a god... Nope. Stooping to their level. They'll beat with me with experience. Can't do it.
You hear...
Can as we're leaving, and I'm escorting Eider out, kind of a parent pointing at the door, go, come on, out now. Is there any way to the two magic casters that are kind of eyeing him up, and I assume trailing after us, attempt just a look-based intimidation check? Can I just attempt summoning what I've seen Reagan Utham do at meetings, just the most lock eyes, cold hard stare, like just to get them to kind of back off.
Yeah,
just a very silent. I'm not fucking around.
Do you have
If you engage, this is happening.
Do you have
type
perform?
look.
Do you have
Nothing-
perform acting?
I do have perform acting.
Give me a roll for it.
Not as high as my intimidate, but yeah, I do have it.
Given
But
the phrasing
I'm not
here.
showing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not showing anything on my face to suggest violence or ill will that would like cause issues, but I'm going to give them a fucking look. Okay.
Kez Wild is another character. No, that's a different guy.
I rolled the wrong die for one, but I rolled just off the nat 20, so only a 15 total.
15 total. As you kind of start to give the kind of copy after Regan Utham's authority and posture, as well as the common facial look he gives to individuals, as you kind of start to give the glare, you see the merchant kind of cows down, and then the sorcerer from the cross seems to kind of look at you, look at Eider, and then look at his staff and kind of turn back to his studies as he goes back. The others seem to kind of, while watching, seem to kind of more now do as a side glance rather than outright staring.
Yeah. So Eider just sees Dom, like, kind of scolding him out. Sends some kind of look you can't see in the height difference towards the room. The room kind of still, and then he very calmly, again, nothing really showing on his face, is like, off to do our business then. And just leaves.
As you head out into the back out to the main carriage, give me a listen check to see if you catch anything, any last going comments. Eider and Dom.
Right now. I'm hyper aware now.
Also, Eider, for your own notes, no, that kind of coin is literally unheard of. If someone, you're not wrong when you're saying an army would be after you.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
World leaders would be looking at you like you were a fucking snack.
I think one of the richest countries had less than 500,000 to run their country. Like one of the richest.
Yeah.
it's like the smallest amount of intellectual scrutiny. Like I'd have be fucking teleportation scrolls on top of me.
2 billion gold is probably the start of campaign amount that the top 7 countries had together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's wild.
How much is the average country?
Like, at most 200,000 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's, oh boy. Yeah, I didn't get great either. I think we're both kind of like we're just kind of both in our heads about this right now.
I mean, it's quite wild that as university students, his big magic is are like 2 billion. That makes sense.
You hear as you walk out. The last thing you hear the merchant from earlier comment go. Well, I heard it from a reliable source. Some dude named Aladdin that works for the Iron Liver Merchant Company.
My own cousin?
Wait, what?
But as you kind of walk out processing that, you kind of gang onto the cart, the direwolf looking to be completely unfazed by the current situation. A couple of guards and seem to kind of walk by on a patrol, giving you a side glance, but don't seem to make any other reaction.
I just want this clear. We're not the Iron Liver Eider.
I know you're not, but that's the closest thing that makes any sense.
We've met 4 groups with similar names to ours so far. 4!
Look, this is clearly a conspiracy. Oh no, wait, it's Greg getting his petty revenge. Fuck.
Arabian Nights.
I'm just gonna say out of character. Well, maybe Dom would say out of character, but you got a bag of seemingly endless gold from a guy who we turned down vassalage from. Gold that theoretically could have been a lot of it, and now you've got a bounty worth an absurd amount of seemingly endless gold. I'm just saying that. Not
as Dom and Ida kind of start to get on the carriage, where are you two heading out of curiosity now?
I guess home, because...
Alright.
Oh wait, no, you wanted
to
get them.
I need to get to the guild or something, because I need to write to Regan Utham what I was going to write, but also now that, like, hey, this is a situation, you're about to be contacted about it. yada 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 yada. I was with him the whole time. This dude did not kill it. Some of us almost died to a dire goose.
All right. As
Your town's
yeah.
security needs upped.
Um,
As a suggestion.
All right, as you two start kind of going around, heading over to the adventuring guild to kind of get a letter out and to reach out where you can, we're gonna jump over to Ned and Kez. Ned, as you look out, you see as Kez is now sitting there with this like frost giant kid. Who's like copying him, and seems to every once in a while like say something when Kez purposely like loudly says to try and blare out the kid. As you kind of poke your head out the last time, you hear the kid go, "Did you hear about the Snowbeard who's like really fat and worth a lot of gold? I heard his name was like James or something like that." As Ned, as you kind of poke your head out, Kez seemingly still ignoring the kid, you overhear the kid kind of saying this, as he's not making himself quiet, he's trying to speak over Kez as he gets louder. Are you gonna do anything, or are you just gonna go back into the circle and enjoy yourself?
Ned should totally join me. Let's keep adding more and more people to this meditation class.
I have my head poked out. I'm like, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't slapped you across the street yet, and then I'll just go back in.
You see the kid just kind of look back and go, "What?"
He's gone.
Was he talking? Was that your friend, or was that just a random stranger talking to you or me? I wouldn't hit anybody. Yes. I mean, you don't look like you'd hit a kid.
I don't own that time.
Right?
A vein is starting to pulsate on my temple. No.
Yeah. My grandfather was a Vikinger. He told me about this really fun time he went to the fire giant land. He starts just telling another adventuring story. Ned, as you head back in, you see his granny kind of comes around the corner and smiles at you and goes, "Oh, come here, Netty boy. Let me show you how these plants work. We got one of these things. This thing can survive in the coldest of cold. And if you light it on fire, it'll burn for 6 hours straight, and it'll give you the strongest thing you've ever had. If you can still walk, even if you're an ancient dragon, I'd be shocked. This small one I got right here, this one's for you. Now, his name... Oh, we had a name picked out for him, buddy. We'll give him to you to name. As she kind of shows over this tiny little hemp plant.
I'm kind of caught off guard by it. Thank you.
She nods and goes, "It's for your protection. Take care of it and watch as it'll come in handy for you one day. From a gift from our circle to yours."
Well, I appreciate it. I'll look it over a little bit more.
Give me a knowledge nature.
All right. 13.
It is a little frost pot plant. The plant is designed to survive in the harshest colds. It likes the cold weather. It is not designed to survive in the heat. And it has a nice blue coloration to it. It seems to also have these little blue buds that seem to be what the individuals here are grinding up and smoking, that kind of give a slight purplish blue coloration to it, and give a very strong smell to it as you kind of get close to it. That causes your vision to slightly shift in almost as the plant looks to go from blue to a bright purplish for a moment fully, and then back to normal coloration.
I will cherish it forever.
She nods and goes, "That's good. I gave one to the old Regan's father, and he was gone for a month. So be careful when you finally take her harvest." She kind of smiles. He goes, "Oh, my grandson, by the way, is somewhere around here. If you see him, he's quite a talker. If you can let him know he is to be back doing chores at the house, and that I let him, that's a message from me. I might appreciate that."
Is he a young frost giant?
Yes. Really talkative?
Yeah, I seen him out on the street talking to my friend
Oh,
who's
no.
cursed
Would
by
you-
rage.
What would you say would one would roll to decide whether they lose their shit or not? I'm gonna leave this up to chance.
I mean, that's a will save typically for when you're mind affected.
Yeah, let's do that. 24. Okay, I keep my cool.
Granny kind of looks at you as you say that, and then goes, "Oh, I'll go fetch him." And she kind of walking with her cane her staff over to the door, and kind of looks out and goes, "Listen, you little shit, get your ass in here. You know the drill. You're not supposed to talk to strangers. The last one wouldn't take you, and I'll be honest, the slaving guild sent you back in a week." As she looks over.
If I'd failed that, I was just gonna go to the other side of my house, yell quiet, and have Kesnog throw him through the door. But
She kind of looks over at Kez, at the back of Kez's head, and goes, "I'm sorry, mister. I'll have him taken care of. I think you're Mister. These old eyes are getting are getting rough on me. If I misunderstood, I do apologize." And she kind of waves, and you see the kid kind of get up, or feel the kid kind of get up as the snow drops on the ground next to you, and kind of walks away and goes. You hear the kid kind of turn and go, "Hey, thanks, mister, for hearing all my stories."
no problem.
"He does talk! Granny, I told you he could talk!" And she just looks at
What do
you.
you mean? I told you. It's just what?
She just looks at the kid and looks at you and just sighs and just goes inside. As you and Ned have this going on, we're gonna jump back to you in a moment. I assume, Kez, you go back to peacefully meditating now that the annoyance is gone.
To be honest, I'm actually, Kes is definitely curious as why it's taking them so long.
Mm-hmm.
Because assuming it was just gonna go to the library and pick them back up after they were done, seeing as his house probably taken a hot minute, Kes is actually gonna go to the library himself. Because he's concerned that his party hasn't come back and grabbed him yet.
Yeah, leaving Ned in the druid guild, you start walking away.
We did cut before I got to mention it, but I did kind of want to go back and grab them. Off of the thing.
You should have said that now, huh?
We just transferred it.
I heard saying that you were going to the adventuring guild right after, so that's.
As you kind of round the corner, it doesn't take you much to see the carriage of theirs kind of walking up towards the stairs up to the guild itself. As you see the direwolf kind of stop about on the other corner and just stare at you. It kind of sits, kind of sighs, and then lays down as you watch Dom and Eider get out of the carriage.
Oh, so that all happened within 3 seconds?
Oh, this is just you kind of wrapping around the corner and seeing this from the other corner.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear any idiotic claims that I'm worth $2 billion in bounty, please do not believe them.
Well, there was some kid telling Kez that this James guy was worth a lot of money.
As Kez kind of goes jogging up, Ned seemingly almost jogging up out of nowhere as his hide and move silently are so no one noticed.
Holding my plant tenderly.
In his hands.
Even with the plate armor, Kez can still run 40 feet.
Yeah.
Well, his walking speed is 40 feet.
And that's within 6 seconds, yeah.
I just nod thoughtfully for a moment and say, "Ned, can I borrow that beaten stick for a moment? I feel like I need to iron something out real fast."
You can't iron anything with my weapon.
Not with
Then
that
my
attitude.
magic won't work.
Iron is quite a rare metal. Haven't seen that one often. Usually one is just copper and bronze.
You've been a real asshole ever since you got this rage curse.
It's not my fault now, is it? I mean, I guess it is my fault, but it's also the fault of the person who sold it to me. I'm really sorry, but kind of not at the same time. I pat the dire. I pat the dire wolves to keep me sane, buddy.
It is important I get to the guild as soon as possible. I need to write a formal letter to Reagan Utham before our names get smeared through whatever mud this town is mucking up.
Bro,
As like Don Under's climbing into the cart.
The Druid Guild's right back there. I'm sure one of them might have Animal Messenger.
Oh, by the way, my companions that I love so dearly and want no harm to come to, what did you find out about the, what'd you find out in the library? What did you find out?
Oh, the mayor's fucking dead.
The what now?
Yeah. And apparently we're suspects.
We were behind it. Yes.
Alright.
I told them of Zarius' convenient leaving, but I think we are going to get put through some kind of legal process, which is why I need to get the letter out sooner than later.
May his insane soul find peace in the afterlife, and yeah.
Doubtful.
I'm going to ground myself to the cart and just have a nice little beach session.
Would Domnander know, Royce, if an animal messenger would be better than a physical, written letter?
Letters typically go out at a set time. Animal messenger is an immediate effect.
Yeah, then I'll look at Ned and go, could you introduce me to your Druid Guild friends so I could get this out as soon as possible?
Absolutely. You guys can follow me.
You guys kind of turn and start walking down back to the corner that you just watched as Kaz and Ned had jogged from.
You smell interesting, Ned. Something smoky, but I can't put my finger on it.
Hold the plant up.
Eyeing him up.
Skunkweed. This is sending squirrel.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to care for it because it only likes the cold. But I'll get there.
I'm sure the ship will be warm enough for it to do okay.
God damn it.
Oh.
I think it would have been funny to do a couple stop words. Stop. That's just my comedic.
As you guys kind of head walking down, you do see as a young-looking gnoll merchant kind of speaking to what looks to be a large fire giant who's kind of leaning down and trying to hear them as they seem to speak quite loudly as the gnoll goes in common. Did you hear about that dwarf or that snowbeard who managed to work up 100,000 gold piece bounty without doing anything? He just inherited it. Some guy named Sar was telling me about it in Diamond's death, and the guy goes, I heard that, but it was a gentleman by Kalar or something of the sort. I can't remember. Mentioned it was almost 2 billion gold pieces for some slaves or merchandise. As they kind of walk by, not even kind of looking towards your direction.
I just go to my happy place in the fucking lucky cart.
Hey, you need some, you want to join my retinue of
Yeah, it's kind of falling back to look in the carriage and mention this.
Join me in meditation, bro.
Bop, bop.
As you guys kind of get to the corner, you watch as Granny kind of seems to be shooing her grandson off. The kid kind of looks at you as he comes running down and goes, oh, hey, sir. So as he looks at Kaz and goes, did you? And you see as Granny goes, no, home. And the kid just kind of sighs and starts jogging off down the street as he kind of waves for a moment. But Granny Apple kind of looks over towards you lot and goes, can I be of a assistant to you, young Ned? I see you brought more friends. You're a meditating friend with the patience of a saint. As well as a very shiny cart. By the way, why is there a large troll following you that looks like a hat rack?
It's best you don't look at it.
Okay.
But my friend Dom here needs to send a message to his father. I just wondered if anybody had Animal Messenger.
Oh, I can speak to him right away. I have my snail is already in Utham, well, on Utham's ear. He should be able to hear to it. Though it is quite far. Should be able to get through.
Doctor looks a bit kind of confused, but also like amused that somehow she knew who he was and knew right away that Ned meant Utham upon saying father, and kind of glances between the two like a bit of like an arched brow, but will step forward to kind of respectfully like nod and go, that would be great. It is very important, given light of recent news, that I commune with the Reagan urgently. If there's a more private room the three of us could step into for this, that would be much appreciated.
Well, I didn't plan to take your comments on the street here in the cold snow. Come on in, and don't mind the smoke. It might knock a couple of you out.
Let me glance
Ned
at
just
Domnon's
smiles
constitution.
Yeah. Fortitude.
I slowly put on my guest. I'm like looking up and look at Ned like, Ned, do I need this?
Shrug.
As Ned kind of shrugs at you, Granny holds the door open and goes, "Come on, you're letting the cold out."
The cold out? Dunham's gonna just, he's gonna have it on hand, and if he starts to feel a little too unsober, he's gonna put it on. If anything weird starts happening.
Alright, as you start walking up the stairs, give me a fortitude save and a reflex save. Let's see if you can get the mask on before you pass out from the gas.
Fuck, yeah, I knew I should have put it on.
Eider and Kez, are you staying in the cart? Oming?
You know what? I feel like being out of sight, or being in full sight with a quote-unquote $2 billion bounty is making me paranoid as shit. I'm probably gonna go inside.
Alright, as you follow after them, give me also a fortitude save. Oh wait, no, you're immune. Dwarves are immune to, or have a higher thing to poison. So yeah, this would count as poison. I forgot.
Yeah, I've got a plus 10.
Yep.
That's it.
Kezenok is though gonna stay right here.
Okay, he's gonna on the street with the cart. Okay. 18. All right.
Good and bad news. Great news. My reflex save was a 20, not nat, but a 20.
Okay.
The bad news is my fortitude save was a 6 and a nat 1. So I don't know what saves for what and how this looks, but I did really good and really bad.
As Kez kind of opts to climb in the carriage, kind of watching the dire wolf, making sure no one takes off with the now shiny metal cart. As you walk up behind Ned, immediately smelling something, and as you start to feel yourself getting kind of lightheaded a little bit and feel the high, as your body starts to really relax for a second, and it causes you just a moment to pause, shoving on your mask. You managed to get it on, though I will say your reflex save does now have a -2 to it temporarily. For the next hour.
Temporarily -2. Okay, I will do that. I will make note.
As you kind of head into the place, unfortunately, Eider, as you take a breath in, you immediately feel the effect, finding yourself almost immediately stoned as if on Dream Lily. As the smell kind of hits you, the relaxation of your body, the armor becomes heavier, and you kind of start to slightly zone out as you just kind of follow after the party, not really paying attention or really understanding or listening to anything. A little slight hunger, kind of as your stomach starts to growl in the background. Alright. As the hat rat kind of stays outside, a scroll kind of like nailed to it. Kind of just stands out with the cart waiting as the three of you head in. Granny kind of takes you around a corner into a small room where she has a queen-sized bed and a table kind of set out, but nothing else in the room. And she kind of closes the door behind you, inviting you in. She smiles and goes, "All right, have a seat. You said you wish to speak. I have Utham's ear, but he's currently talking about something along the lines of some individual named Cat Boots. I guess that's what he's calling an individual. He has a slave coming in, apparently."
Well, when it is opportune, I would like to inform him that Mayor Dan has been found dead. Adventurers are suspects. Me and my party were out questing to deal with the feathered wormling, who has turned out to be some sort of goose creature. And we are going to likely be accused as suspects, specifically our newest member, Iter. I'm giving him my word as someone he has known for a while that it was not Iter nor any of us. We have proof of creatures we have slain during the quest as evidence. And I would like to also inform him that when he is available, I need to chat about my medical condition with him urgently.
She kind of writes a bunch of stuff down and kind of, you see as she hands it to the tiniest of snails and goes, "Okay, is that it?"
Yes.
All right.
How much
Now,
do I owe you?
Well,
As he begins to pull out a coin pouch.
about a carrot and 2 apples.
Don Under kind of pauses, looks through his bag. I don't think I have any plants. He kind of looks back at her. Do you accept grove donations instead?
You do know druids aren't supposed to touch coins, right?
I have jerky.
I look at Ned.
she just looks at Ned too, and then eyes stare.
I don't touch 'em.
Not aware.
He doesn't touch it, they're just in his bucket.
His iron bucket.
It's got a wooden
bucket?
Technically, I think it was
is
a
there
copper bucket.
Any way I could bring those back to you after? Should I go purchase them?
She goes, just, oh, "Sweetheart, I'm joking. Just put down the carrot, or put down the coin."
I have jerky.
I appreciate that, sweetie, but we don't eat meat at this grove.
You're lost.
I leave two gold pieces on the table for her.
I appreciate that. Now, if you can both, or if all three of you can kind of split down the middle, you don't want to stand in the way of this little fellow when he launches.
Launches?
I will curiously step out of the way.
Yeah, same.
So these are called baby mountain crackers, and you watch as this tiny snail, the size of a centimeter long, with its little shell kind of poking up, goes shooting in a little cloud of smoke through the door and through a little hole in the wall, and out the building, gone. He vanishes, and a few minutes goes by, and another minute passes, and she goes, "Oh! Utham has received the message. He will, I assume, be here within the day."
Good to know. Good. Thank you again. It is a lot quicker than writing a letter would have been. Thank you as well, Ned, for recommending this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Donder will, unless stopped, go to leave, and I assume find Iter fucking dying on the stairs.
No, he's in the room with you. He's stoned as all hell. He's just he's being very quiet and chewing on some jerky.
Just laying down.
Iter's here, and like you can't see his face because of the gas mask, but you see like that dramatic like sigh, like shift of the shoulders. Like, Ned, could you grab our friend?
Oh,
I
hey,
will.
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll grab him by a leg and drag him behind me on the way out.
As you do, you hear coming from inside the room, Granny go, "Oh, duck!" And give me a reflex save, Ned and Dom.
Oh fuck! And I have a -2 until the hour.
18.
18.
That's not it.
Nat 20. So even with my -2, that will be a. That's not correct. Let me view the sheet. I had actually had it in the other mode. That is still a 24.
24. Yeah, and 18. As you two manage to dodge out of the way of the tiny creature, it comes flying through the same little hole. Smoke and the smell of burning wood kind of coming off from the table it lands on. As she kind of, Granny holds up a little letter and unwraps it and goes, "Oh, sweethearts, I got a message back. I didn't expect him to actually write. Says, God, who still has terrible handwriting. I tell you, gets it from his father. If Mayor Dan is dead, he put a bunch of dots here. I don't know what the hell that means. These scrolls don't have much room for some reason, though. He likes his fancy writing. Stay out of it. I'll explain tomorrow. None of you would have stood a chance against Dan. I'll give you a medical checkup when I get back. And just so you know, Eider has a 2 billion gold bounty on his head from a dangerous individual."
The fuck? What?
And she just kind of looks up at you and goes, and Granny kind of looks at Eider, or looks at Dom and Nander and goes, "Who's this Eider fella? And where can a old lady happen to find him?"
Distant cousin. Isle of the Trolls.
We believe
Isle of the Trolls. Never heard of
individual. Yes, and some individual that's being hunted down. I don't know much about the dwarves and their ways.
Okay, it looks down at Eider and goes, "Interesting. I mean, it would make sense that he'd be in a land a bit more dangerous, given us that big of a bounty. It'd be too easy for an old lady to just have him walk into her shop and have him stoned out of his mind and unable to offend for himself. Oh,
Yep,
man,
that'd be ludicrously stupid.
If only my luck was that good these days." She kind of just sighs and goes, "Well, Dom, yeah, you have your fun in town. I'll make sure the guard captain knows. I guess Lady Larlux will have to be informed if she's alive." 2 billion gold. What does one do to get that gold piece?
At the academy that she should be alive.
That would be a lot of buckets. Then I look at Granny.
Granny kind of nods at that.
Well, Ned, we should go make sure our friend Kez is alright out in the cart. Not to mention, we should probably check up on those eggs in a bit, yeah? Trying to
That
get
is a
Ned
good
to,
idea.
Like, stop fantasizing about the gold and kind of get him out.
As the
Dragging him out by his ankle.
as you kind of head out, Kez sitting on the carriage, sitting there, still oming as he enjoys the quiet, as no one seems to have walked by the entire time. Granny kind of waves out and goes, "Good luck on finding that Eider fella for that 2 billion gold piece bounty. I mean, I'll be honest, if you do find something, you let Granny know. Granny will help you with it."
Thanks.
Some say he's closer than you'd think, and we just keep going.
"If only I was that lucky," is the last thing you hear. She closes the door, heading inside. You lot kind of are left out with the carriage as a light snow kind of picks up.
So, Ned, we need to get Eider to... Well, actually, Donna is not going to say his name. Rephrase. Ned, we need to get to the ship soon and leave our friend, whose name we shall not speak, and give him a pointed look as I'm taking my mask off, to the ship until things have settled.
I need
If
a
that
new
seems... Would you like one?
I'll give it a think. Right now, the world is moving too slow.
Think of a name that you
As
enjoy.
the hat rack
Or
kind of shimmies
Ned
up
will assign you
behind Domnander as the carriage kind of starts to move. I will say the hat rack just jumped in and climbed into the center of this carriage.
In my stone state, I roll over and start trying to hug the hat rack.
Hat rack, I have a question. Do you resist the hug?
I am a hat rack. I cannot move.
Yeah, hat rack can also not climb into a fucking cart.
Usually can't hop up onto a cart, but we don't. He's got a very good hide.
You loaded me into this cart.
What?
Listen, he can roll high enough to prove that make you think you did.
Meditating.
I don't know. That's how hide works.
Did you say that there was something nailed to hat rack?
Yeah, there is the spell scroll nailed to the hat rack.
All right. I guess
Oh.
That's been out there the entire time with Kaz, as I mentioned earlier.
Oh man, that's crazy. I guess I'll check what that what this scroll looks like.
As you open it up, you read it says Animal Messenger.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding.
Could you imagine that? Yeah, Kez just lose it right there.
I only got a scroll of Blizzard. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck!
The rage induced caused Keza to slaughter every innocent soul.
It's town gets raised.
But no,
is the big bad evil guy.
Oh yeah.
Kez, I believe you still have to roll a skill check because it's above. You don't technically get it until you're higher level, which means I think that's
I will say.
Device?
I can roll it, and I know I have a higher use magic device.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. Use the scroll because it's 20. Yeah, you still gotta use it.
You cannot cast the spell yourself. You have to roll a DC 20 use magic device to use the scroll.
Yep, and he can't cast it yet because he's not high enough level. Because remove curse is one more level up.
Oh well, that's crazy. I guess I'll just put this right back on the.
You kind of take the nail out of the hat rack, kind of look at it, and sighing as the hat rack. You see a hat rack's hand kind of extends out, and thinking, "All right."
Thank you, hat rack.
As you kind of hand the scroll back, you watch as the spell is run. Go ahead and roll hat rack. I just love that the fact that this art piece is going to have a hat rack in the background. I'm gonna have to explain why there's just glowing eyes.
21.
21. Okay.
You could make it a hat rack, but like you can clearly see him behind the hat rack.
Yeah, he very obvious troll sticking out.
Look, I've already said it's gonna be me and a hat rack glaring at Zilpip while you're looking at me. We're both immortal, and we're just gonna be looking at each other.
As you feel the armor kind of begin to glow, the magic starts to kind of envelop you, and you watch as the armor seems to almost feel its the cracking around it. Light seems to break, and a almost what looks to be a circle of runes drawn into the armor cracks apart. It loses its -4 penalty to charisma checks and acts now as just a +1 plate. However, as it does, give me a will save, please.
I'm 14.
What's your alignment?
Lawful good.
Nothing happens. God damn it! I forgot that. Okay. Nothing seems to happen as you take a moment, feeling the rage almost break away, and this armor now just acts as a +1 full plate.
By the way, quick question: the +1 doesn't add anything except. Thank you, Google.
Maybe Google could answer.
Yeah, right. So the +1 that doesn't even add any armor to it. It just adds hardness and health to the armor piece, right?
It just adds a +1 to your AC.
Yeah, it's +1 AC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the point of enhancement.
It just doesn't add touch. That's all.
Yep. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Someone almost flashed just on their camera. All right. As you kind of feel the armor, feeling your hatred and rage seemingly almost calming down, the infernal, the inferno inside finally being quenched, you begin to relax. feeling yourself finally calming fully as you look about the party. The rest of you see as the armor seems to look now slightly just more normal, and the darkened coloration to it has dissipated to a normal, bright bronzish color.
All right.
I will say, on the bottom of it, the emblem does now show, and you do read the insignia does read made by the Madsmith Yaki Roxer.
Huh. You look at that.
Oh, did you get anything else while you were out and about, kids?
Yes. I got this decent. What would one call it? Yes, a bag of holding. Except it appears to have a big stitched up tear in it. Apparently, if I put too much into it, stuff will start spilling out. But I was wondering if you might be able to patch it up completely.
Maybe when I'm not streamed is mine.
Yeah, that was the intention.
We should get our friend here to the ship. I received word back from Utham after explaining the situation. He seems to be handling things, but he has confirmed that certain rumors are true, and until we know more, we need to keep certain people out of the public eye.
I feel like it's not true, because where would they get that much gold? It's just a conspiracy.
They don't need to pay, they need to simply get the people to go for you, I would imagine.
I know I'm grounded.
It's fine. We can get you set up with a fort or something on the ship. You can make do.
This hat rack is lumpy.
The hat rack now holds a sign that says 80 gold pieces pay when able. Equals scroll.
Yes. I'll just place the 80 gold pieces right next to him.
As you do, like magic, they vanish.
Wow, look at that. Ain't that impressive?
Hmm?
All right. Yeah. That took a long time.
All right, so you are heading towards the you're back to your ship at this point?
Yeah, I assume if we go on a quest, we'll just leave town via the airship potentially, and not via cart. I don't think we should have either in public eye at all. Either needs to lay on the floor of the cart and just not be seen.
Okay.
We could always just have him impersonate James.
Hi, my name is James.
Well, James might be the one with the bounty, so we don't. People are mixing the two up, so.
Yeah.
As say his name's James.
As you kind of head towards the airship, the ride is quite uneventful, as many of the people seem to kind of be about their business, not really seeing you lot in the cart. As Ned kind of just guides the direwolf towards the ship. As another hour passes of you heading back to the airship. And kind of coming to it, you do see something that kind of catches your eye as you pull up to the ladder. A piece of leather looks to have been kind of like almost fastened around the bottom rung, and seems to have a wax seal kind of imprinted onto it.
Well, what's the seal look like?
As you look at it, kind of getting up towards it, it is a large giant's fist with a potion vial kind of portrayed right in front of it. You can give me a knowledge nobility, or I'll take an intelligence check in general. Knowledge local, knowledge history.
I can almost imagine it was that lady that was trying to sell us that that shit earlier. But as for I'll just give you a intelligence check. I'm not good at them, but might as well.
Cleric isn't capable of intelligence checks. I'm not shocked.
Yeah, right. 6. I got no fucking clue.
Sorry,
Alright.
I only got a 13. I can't even see the fucking thing.
Yep. Is that also intelligence, I assume, later?
Yep.
Okay. 16 for the hat rack. Okay. Do we have any other rollers?
Rolling. Sorry.
For the either knowledge, history, local, or nobility, or an intelligence check.
Okay.
As you see the sigil on the wax.
14.
History, knowledge, local.
14.
It was just straight knowledge. I didn't have any of them.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same.
God, guys, we really... Okay, you know what? I led you falsely. We do need a scale monkey. I thought we didn't, but I was wrong.
Monday has a skill monkey in Dudes. Saturday has one in the Lar, you know?
Saturday had one in the law, yeah.
You could skill monkey anything with 24 hours notice.
Yeah, right? What'd you get, Dom?
That's how it works. 7.
So,
My
amongst
13 stands supreme.
Amongst a lot of you, none of you recognize the sigil. However, thankfully, due to Dom's understanding the local area, Dom, you recognize this as the same symbol as the design for the shop Trilodric, the well-known potion shop, ran by Rictum, a opal crystal giant.
Well, why the fuck is our shit
Have that
marked?
name typed out.
Rictum?
I can't recall if that was.
Rectum?
No,
Oh no,
Rictum.
Trilodric. Never mind. I have it in my notes already. I'm copy pasting. Okay.
Why is our shit marked with his mark?
Does it prevent us from getting on it?
I say, as you look at the leather, it looks to be wrapped kind of around the bottom rung of the ladder haphazardly, and with the wax steel unbroken. Yes.
This is technically what I was hired for. I guess I'm sneaking onto the ship to see if anything's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a move silently and hide, and then a search and listen.
So it could be to keep us from leaving. Could also be to make them not think it's us. Like to claim the ship. Just throwing it out there. This could be some kind of assistance as payment for you getting cursed shit. I don't know.
What's up, Kez?
I'm just confused on. I mean, I've never met this guy before, so I don't really know what this dude's all about.
Oh, wait, is this not the magic item shop you visited?
No, he went to the Vizier and met a guy named Bronze when the place was owned by someone named Breeze.
Do you say search and listen or spot or listen?
Search, because I assume you're going to be actively looking, investigating the area.
Yep. I rolled alright.
Okay. And the listen check?
Yep. I think this is the only thing I don't have ranks in, but I rolled the exact same number as search.
Okay. As you kind of head up the ladder and into the ship quietly, leaving the rest of the party down below to look at the wrapped leather. As you kind of head up into the ship, popping it open and going down quietly, nothing. It looks to be different on the first floor. You kind of look through the pilot's chair, looking into the pipes, see if there's been anything malfunctioning or messed with. Nothing looks off. Looking into the captain's quarters, nothing's been changed or moved. All the dust is there that was there. No books have been removed. Nothing seems to be changed. As you head down to the second floor, a similar situation. Nothing seems to be any different. All the dust is exactly as it should be. Finding the third floor, you see the eggs are still there. The broken barrel's there with the top popped off. No one's inside of it. The obvious marks where the wagon was clearly show still there. There's nothing in here as you look about. The engine looks fine. Nothing looks to be malfunctioned. As you head back up to the second floor, looking at each of the doors and opening them up to see if or looking into them to see if there's any symbols or anything to indicate their usage, nothing shows it. As you go to test it, going inside and then checking the symbols as you walk out, it seems to update with your own with a design of what looks to be a red, kind of crudely drawn troll head in very simple line work. As you go through each door, same thing happens. No one seems to be aboard the ship. As you finally come back out and head back down to the party, this does take him about an hour. During this time, is there anything the rest of you would like to do?
I make myself smaller in the cart.
Either become smaller in the cart. What'd you say, Kaz?
I want to do a backflip.
All right. Give me a reflex check.
Let's see. Yes. For some reason, the reflex save button doesn't work. I'm just gonna roll something that has my same modifier, which is my dex. 14.
14. As you do jump in the air, the armor you're wearing manages to kind of keep you grounded pretty heavily. You don't even manage to get your feet up before you find yourself dropping back down. But you do manage to stick the landing.
The -8 to physical plate.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I forgot I have to do that -8 to it.
Yep. Ned, anything for you?
Just watching out, making sure nobody's trying to come up on the group.
Okay. Give me a search check. Yes, Dom.
13.
13. Okay.
Can I, while Ned is searching, do a bit of a listen check, like make it seem like I'm going around the perimeter of the ship to check that the ship's in working order, but actually be listening for sounds of like people hiding, people talking, like anything like an ambush?
Yeah, give me a listen check. With the search check, Ned, people seem to be kind of eyeing you lot up because as you kind of stand out there and seem to be like staring, looking at the ship ladder, but no one seems to be approaching. Many just seem to look on with curiosity for a few moments before moving on.
I'm gonna shrug and start climbing the ladder then.
Well.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead. What'd you say,
okay.
Dom?
I was saying, I don't think I picked up. I got an 11.
11. Okay. With an 11, as you go about listening, you hear a couple of merchants joking about a shipment that's coming in of einkorn later in the day. As you kind of walk around listening for anything off, nothing kind of clings or clangs unnaturally. No noise seems to come from within the airship other than the occasional sound of a door closing. That it's kind of clearly the sound of Sen snooping about, or rather the hat rack. As you kind of get all the way back around, again, nothing seems to catch your attention. As Ned kind of starts to climb up the ladder, kind of ignoring this, Sen seems to kind of come jumping down off the side of it around the same time Ned gets to the top, kind of go walking over to the leather and seems to unseal it. As you do, Sen, looking inside, it does have a bunch of letters on it that reads in giant. Let me pull up something real quick.
Honestly, to be honest, when I think of Sen moving as a hat rack, I kind of imagine the brooms from Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Mm-hmm. No. Oh, that's terrible. No. But as Sen kind of reads over this, Sen, do you read this out loud or you
I do, just in Sen's very Sen voice, because I feel like while he does speak and read giant, I feel like it's not his preferred language, so he reads a little slower.
Then
as he reads it out loud. Oh. Ooh, Sen-like poems. These your own words, your way of noticing, and saying plainly, of not turning away from hurt. You have offered them to me. I am only giving them back. If only I could show you how very useless they are not. Signed, Rickdom. And I just look at the others.
Is this because I made fun of her scrolls?
Well, this isn't that person. So I don't think so.
No, I don't think we've spoken to this person.
So who
Ever.
ordered poem?
I think this is a threat against us.
Do you have the poem written down?
Yeah.
Oh, I can send it
Yeah.
over. It was sent to me, so I was reading it. Here.
I need to analyze this.
Well, the party takes a second and goes around the table to look at this. We're going to pause for a moment.
Leave, you die.
Okay, as we come back to the party, kind of standing around seeing this letter, Ned at the top of the ladder, as the party hears this and as Sen kind of reads it out. As you kind of finish reading it, kind of looking up at the rest of the party, you see as a small, what looks to be a dire wolf or winter wolf pup kind of comes running up, a little leather collar around his neck, and carrying in his mouth a what looks like another scroll with a similar seal on it, as it seems to look up and seems to sit down in front of Kez and drop it.
I want to pet him.
All right. I'll pick up the scroll and open it up.
As you pick up the scroll and kind of open up reading it, I'll just post it into chat. Or, well, actually, you know what? It's better. Yeah, here, I'll send it to you. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'll read it out loud.
You may want to check if it's not like cursed before you start reading it.
I'm just staring
Why
down
would
on
we ever
everybody
do anything
from
as
the ship.
obvious as that?
Yeah. The dog's being pat by Sen and Kez goes to open a mysterious scroll just being handed to him by a cute winter wolf.
Love is more thicker than forget, more thinner than recall, more seldom than a wave is wet, more frequent than to fail. It is most mad and moonly, and less it shall unbe than all the sea which only is deeper than the sea. Love is less always than to win, less never than alive, less bigger than the least begin, less littler than forgive. It is most sane and sunly, and more it cannot die than all the sky which only is higher than the sky. I feel like I should be reading this in orc accent, you know? But love is more thicker than forget, you know? More thinner than recall. Yeah,
Kez looking it up and down, looking at the scroll, seeing if there's anything else to it, I imagine.
Like, is there... Like, wow, someone actually wrote this, huh? Man, I thought this town was supposed to be full of educated people. Huh.
Oh, none of you educated in love? Sad.
By the way, as you finish that poem, I need a save, will save from Kez Nonok.
Oh my god.
10.
Kez, let me make sure.
Me, dude, I've been rolling mostly so poorly tonight. I have a 8 plus 8 into my fucking will checks, and I rolled a 2.
Kez, you find yourself charmed and suddenly falling in love with the individual who assigned the document at the bottom, as you were just charmed.
No!
Hey, Kez, did you take my advice and prepare a good old protection from evil?
Einer's Stone Dash just looking up at you.
No,
well, to be honest, I would have had to do it before
Did
anyways.
Rick write the letter?
You understand love now.
As you read, as Kez kind of goes blank, it reads at the end, signed by Rickdom. Kez just goes kind of lovey-eyed for a moment, and suddenly finds himself just very interested and attracted, but you feel no pull to go seek this individual out, to change your day-to-day, just that when you see him, and that you slightly miss him anytime that he's not around.
Man, guys, I think... Huh?
You still want to think about talking to the guy?
Yeah, I think I've caught feelings, but I think I'm okay, Josh, right where I am. I don't need to go out of my way to do anything. I'm my own independent man, and I do not want to roleplay being in love with people, but here I am.
Told you it might be cursed.
Fuck you!
You don't have the rage
Hey,
thing
the
anymore.
radar isn't on.
Shiny coins.
Yeah, exactly.
Random magic shot burns up.
Yeah, listen, Kez hasn't had the best experience here as of yet.
But you lot stand. Ned still stands at the top of the ladder, looking down at you lot from the airship as Kez reads this out.
I'm gonna go pray.
Okay. Ascend. I was gonna say, does Kez just drop the scroll after that? I mean, you feel no tie to it or anything like that.
Yes, I dropped because although I feel love for this man, I'm also disgusted with myself. I'm conflicted.
As you drop it, and Sen seems to pick it up and kind of walk onto the ship, as the rest of you kind of climb aboard.
These feelings inside of me, I don't know what they mean.
Just because of this, next level for Sen, I'm taking ranks in perform poetry. I just want everyone to know.
Great way to hide spells, surprisingly. Well, thank you, Eider, by the way. That doesn't totally you don't tell him that, damn it. Any form of writing can technically be used as a spell scroll if you have a height of spellcasting and understanding. Just gotta sneak it in there with invisible ink.
There are just straight up bomb magic that goes off if you fucking try and read it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as you kind of climb aboard, kind of getting together on the captain's deck, as Eider gets to the pilot's chair, kind of starts moving about the different sticks, the
I assure you, I am not trying to fucking pilot this thing while I'm this stoned.
No, you sure?
Fuck yes, I am sure.
Come on.
Send pilot.
Fuck it. Can I sit in your lap while I co-pilot?
Send manual.
Yeah.
What check do you need to do to drive it? Is it use
magic device? Yeah.
Hey man, I got a +5.
25.
Damn.
I have a +11 with the manual.
Yeah, as Eider kind of starts pointing things out, trying to help, you start to kind of move different rods, kind of smacking a few things as he instructs, even though it clearly doesn't seem to actually do anything. But as rule goes, with any car that seems to only start up after after a ritual is performed, you continue through the ritual, and the thing begins to move and starts to growl and roar as it comes to life. The heat from down below kind of starts to emanate slightly as the engine warms up.
Praise be the Omnissiah.
Yes, the machine spirit.
I do not want Warhammer Orcs and the Omnissiah in this world, goddammit. We already have a problem with the Orcs in modern era.
Eider's new goal to make a machine god in an era of Greek mythology.
Hell yeah!
To be fair, Hephaestus had fucking robots.
It's true. Yeah. But as you begin to fire it up, the table is still set up with the mini quests that you guys had kind of taken copies of from the Adventuring Guild. As the ship begins to roar to life, where are you lot heading?
To bed for me.
All
I was
right.
gonna say, we can head in the direction of the Winter Wolf quest, but we probably should stop to rest for Ader's sake, and I think I need to also wait out my reflex debuff.
Okay.
I'll take my time flying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as Sen kind of mostly kind of starts to guide the ship out. It kind of puts it to a very slow speed after leaving the main entrance to the mountain and getting off to the side. Kind of circling about, the ship begins to kind of kind of travels quite slow as you lot kind of begin to spend the night in the sky. I assume you guys are gonna do a full 8 hours long rest for everyone other than Sen.
Yep, I'm gonna sleep in the cart.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go through like this whole fucking campaign, never having actually set foot in the captain's quarters.
That's fair.
So wait, why
Give me
did you
a
go
D100, by the way, for sleeping in the cart, Eider, and then you go ahead and explain that, if you'd like.
Yes, Hunter?
I was never told why we can't go in the captain's quarters.
Oh, wasn't
Is the
everyone?
captain's quarters Ida's room?
Yeah. I'm the fucking pilot.
Well,
A pilot doesn't mean captain.
I was gonna say, he told you your room, but I don't think your room was ever decided. So do you ever consider maybe it was an empty threat?
Hey, no, he's just in my room.
I just peek my head down as I fly. Captain Sen.
I could just because I mean, a lot of captains don't pilot their own ships. You know, that's the helmsman's job.
Hunter, I think he was told he would die if he entered the captain's quarters. I don't know if you want to make the argument to be.
Okay, that's what I wanted to fucking hear. Not, hey, just don't go in your room. I'm like, all right.
I
What is
believe
that supposed to fucking
ready
mean?
to die if you went in there.
Thank you for the actual information I was looking for.
You're welcome.
Alright, the 73. Okay. Give me a moment.
Also, there's gonna be a day later in the campaign that cart's gonna smash, and that's gonna be like Eider's snap moment. He's
How
gonna
much?
cry because the cart's gone. The lucky
How
cart.
much HP do we gain for 8 hours?
Oh,
by
you
the way?
gain. You're back to full HP. Yeah, I'm not running the dice
Okay.
roll run this run. That'll
Because
be
what?
next.
It's a hit die per hour, right?
Yeah, that would be what we're gonna run next campaign when you guys are a little bit more experienced.
Mm-hmm.
All
We'll
right.
slowly inch into actual rules where it's like 1 health per level.
Mhm. Where you roll your health and hope you don't die. Alright, as you guys kind of spend the night relaxing, enjoying yourselves, and it's sleeping through the night the best you can, as Sen kind of focuses on moving the ship about. Eider, come morning, as you kind of awaken, you find yourself holding in your hand a set of 4 bright red throwing darts.
They're fast.
I just look down very, very confused.
Throwing darts.
Troll luck just makes things.
Oh my god. Poke the throwing darts.
Okay, as you poke the throwing darts, give me a minute. Roll a d20 for me real
You
quick.
die quickly.
Oh god.
You die fast.
Potentially. Okay. Let me roll some damage as you take 1 point of magical piercing damage.
Dang.
As the dart stabs through your finger and kind of causes a little bit of bleeding.
Should have kept my adamantine on.
But as you kind of awaken looking at these things, the rest of the group has kind of already starts to gather as you all kind of sort of slowly kind of find yourselves waking up. As you hear Sen over the intercom declaring that you are close to where you're supposed to be going. As you come to a landing outside of what looks to be kind of a single sized building. Out in the middle of really what looks to be almost nowhere. Nothing but snow all around you. A few trees surrounding the area. The mountain about 2-3 miles north of you or south of you from what you can tell. As you kind of come to a landing outside of it, Sen kind of looks about as all of you, as the rest of you kind of gather back on the captain's deck, as we'll just call it, the main deck here. And as looks out, the heavy storm still kind of going as snow is going out everywhere. The cold wind chill, it seemingly continuing from the same as last time as you look out in the heavy storm.
Alright. So, what do we feel like doing? Going method hunting, or we're just kind of hang out until they come get us for, I guess, an interrogation?
Would we not try to find and speak to this wolf person? with Kez in his right mind now and Ned, I don't see why we couldn't attempt a diplomatic mission rather than something combat focused. I worry about us being weak while fighting Memphis and someone following us sweeping in to finish us off.
I'm just kind of give a shrug and like, sure. I mean, took all the quests, so no problem with the order we're doing.
I look at Kez and the others to get there, see what they're thinking. Are you just holding the darts, by the way? Just casually?
Yeah, been like, just like turning them over in my hand, like kind of been inspecting them since I like woke up, considering I just fucking like picked it up out of nowhere.
Sen seems to sit down, or kind of turns the pilot's chair slightly. His large, sorry, wasp just climbed up to my window, and I was about to fucking say, or spray it with water. Not having that happen again. But no, as Sen kind of breaks out his painter's kit, a little easel out and what looks to be a canvas, and begins to kind of paint the snowy landscape with the ocean kind of coming in and out in the distance. The small stone building that's kind of down below the ship, somewhat into the image, as if you're looking down from a bird's eye view. Go ahead and give me a perform for your painting, Sen, while you begin to work on your masterpiece.
Down Under will watch, by the way. Curious how this process goes.
It's not a fast thing. This is gonna take him a few hours.
Oh, I'm just watching while we're talking because
Okay.
I've got painting, so I'm kind of like watching his method and kind of like seeing how he's doing.
Men, it loves me today.
Damn.
Damn.
As you begin to paint, it is almost unrealistic how well he designs, as if you were a bird looking down at the scene and seeing everything exactly of what you are looking at now. He captures everything perfect down to the finest of details of the snows, shadows.
Down Under's just like visibly impressed for one of the first time. Like as we're having this talk and this serious conversation, like you'll see Down Under sneaking glances over, like.
Yeah, the line work is beautiful as you watch him begin, like, kind of planning out the painting and drawing it out.
Need to ask about
painting sends passion.
Happy something about those trees seems so happy. I don't know how to explain it.
God damn it.
Anyway, what are Cousin Ned's thoughts on the quest?
Oh, I'm good with either one.
No, I really don't care.
Alright. Did we, by the way, I have the quest sheet with me. Were we given a specific location for the wolf, or just that it was around?
You were not given any specific location, just that it was around. Though it was noted it wasn't inside the town, so the assumption was given by by the Adventuring Guild that it would have been down near the farming settlement, which is about Sen kind of points about 6 miles to the east of where you are currently.
I feel like we should.
Let's just do the wolf one first, sounds.
Yeah, wolf and see how it goes from there. I have to ask, Sen, are you self-taught?
What say to Sen? As he kind of looks so distracted.
Did you teach yourself to paint, or did you learn from someone?
Oh, Troll Society big on art. Everyone learns.
I did read about that once.
How open are they to outsiders coming in to watch from time to time?
Trolls love people appreciating their art.
You know, if
Good
we
to
want,
know,
we
good
could
to know.
totally. I'd be totally down to go to the troll lands. By the way.
I'd wait a few months
Did
before
you tell
going on.
someone you were? Did you tell someone you were there to
Not
avoid the
related.
bounty? I feel like going there is
Yeah,
Look,
going
I'd
to cause issues.
I have
Then-
a quote unquote a $2 billion or gold bounty on me. I don't know that.
Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Like that amount of money just doesn't exist.
yes,
Just,
does. Yes, does.
it doesn't exist for people to just give it because of me. Like,
Yes, does. As I
no
look
way.
You
I-
caused a bit of a scene at the World Leaders meeting. I would
didn't
not be
kill all the
surprised
world
if
leader.
multiple.
Yeah,
one
that was
of
quite
one of
weird.
kind, worth countless amount of money.
You see as a kind of tiny figure in hefty kind of furs, looking only from as you look out the window, kind of about looks to be about only 5-ish, maybe 4-ish feet. Kind of seems to be waving up at you with his face mostly obscured, but a heavy and thick white beard kind of sticking out from underneath the hood.
And suddenly, there's a short man in the painting because everything in the landscape goes in.
As Sed begins to draw and stencil out.
I like
Oh,
rub my
no.
eyes. I was like, is that little guy waving on the actual painting? Okay, I need to stop looking at troll art for a minute. That's hurting my eyes.
Should we go greet the stranger?
Oh, we're here to diplomacy, right?
Here to at least remain diplomatic until people decide to test us. And as Don says that, he kind of cracks his knuckles. I look at Kez. Does the party leader plan to take lead here, or?
I'm gonna be incredibly honest. I was reading something.
God damn it, Kez!
Kez, there's a small bearded man in heavy furs waving up at the ship.
Oh, alright. Alright, bring us down.
I think I already
Okay.
landed. So we're just
Don
kind
was
of...
looking
Well,
to
if
see
it.
if you
alright.
wanted to do diplomacy or if I wanted to, because I
No,
think
yeah,
we're two diplomacy mains
yeah,
in this party.
Yeah, I'll handle it. Alright, since we're on the ground, I'll hop off. Actually, there's a rope ladder now, right? Yeah, I'm gonna use that. Not gonna
You
hop
go
off.
use the cargo bay exit, as you learned about and were quite upset about last session.
Huh?
We didn't have one of those.
No, there wasn't
didn't.
one. That was the joke, yeah. No, but as you climb up the winding stairs and kind of open up the top, heading over, tossing the rope ladder over and kind of climbing down it. It's not comfortable. It's not easy. I don't know if you've ever climbed a rope ladder. They're not fun.
I have. They're
Um,
not that bad.
As you kind of head down to the bottom, the figure kind of walks over, only standing up to about like hip height for you, Kez. The individual kind of looks up at you, now seeming looking like a snowbeard and quite grizzled with the very thick lines of age and wrinkles kind of showing on his skin. His head looks to be shaved under the thick fur pelt that he wears. As he looks up at you as you come down and goes, "Listen, sir, get your ship out of my way and move on." Wait, are you a man?
Yeah. Why'd you wave at us?
'Cause you're parked in front of my tavern. As he kind of
Is
like
there a
points back to the stone building behind him that's just that you guys kind of ignored.
Huh. Hey guys, do you mind scooting the ship to the side a little bit? Opening the path for the guy?
No, get out of here, son! Leave if you're not here to do business. I don't need some random airship attracting attention from sky
What?
pirates or anything worse.
Well, can you? Well, I mean, we are here to maybe not do business. I mean, I'm not sure yet. We're here. We've taken on a quest to find some white wolf.
So? What does
Well,
that have
do
to
you
do
have
with
any
me?
information on the white wolf?
Do I look like a fucking hunt? Okay, the furs might. It's cold!
Can I at least have a diplomacy roll?
Yeah, good.
20.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
As you
I
kind
was
of
gonna
state
help, but
this,
I
he
think he's got
looks
it.
up at you and goes, "Fine, come in, buy a drink, and I'll tell you what I know."
All right. Hey, yeah, park it to the side. I'm gonna go have a drink. You guys can come along if you want.
Kind
I'll
of.
weigh my options.
All right.
I'll
Well,
I'll
at least
go
it
in
just
with
started.
Kez, I think.
Sen's kind of erasing as the individual keeps moving about, catting Kez as Kez walks into the scene.
Yeah, I'll follow Kez into the bar.
All right, Ned, are you following
Just to
after, or
be
are you
back
staying
up.
in the airship?
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Okay. Either. As you watch as Ned and Dom kind of head above and kind of dismount.
I feel like I'm still grounded.
All right. As you stay in the airship, kind of looking at Sen, who continues to paint, and kind of watching as the rest of the figures slowly, step by step, get added in, and then get erased and then moved. And as you hear very sighing Sen as he continues to work about his painting, erasing and drawing over and over again.
Why no one stays still?
So Sen, about that trollish, can you teach me how to speak it?
Oh, primitive?
Yeah.
Sen can try.
Habla español.
All right.
That's not primitive.
Let's get an intelligence check from both of you on this. And then let's do for let's say for Hatrack here for Sen, as well as a charisma check. Just add to that.
Jeff, you're not using your loaded die again, are you?
I'm rolling on Rolled Anvil.
Wouldn't even matter at this point. That die is evil. I'm coming for it.
Hey, fuck you.
It's being melted down and sacrificed to the Great Cauldron.
No.
12, okay. And then for the charisma.
Shit, I should have used the World Anvil one. Who gave me
Right.
a 19? Fucking hell.
Well, still likes me.
All right. As Sen begins to kind of walk you through the simple concepts of primitive, it's hard to grasp for you, Eider, as the grunts and like movements all seem very similar. It's like trying to learn what ape means without any sort of pre-understanding of the fact that apes can speak through body language. And as you kind of try and get bits and bobs of it, the instincts don't immediately stick, though you're starting to get a better understanding overall as time goes on. We'll come back to that in a moment when I'll give you guys another chance to roll.
Yeah, it would be interesting if primitive evolves into like modern day sign language.
It's that's kind of the idea in a sense. Just a lot more guttural groans and grunts at each other because it's the concept of two creatures just talking to each other and they're like two monkeys, I guess, yelling at each other, if you will. Yeah. But as the rest of you head into the the tavern, the old dwarven fella kind of heads behind a very long stone that seems to have been kind of carved and cut up with different dwarven figures and depicted doing some great battle in some ice mountain in the background. As he kind of sits down to a stool, he looks about and goes, as he kind of goes. Excuse me, sorry, I'm reading off something as someone's messaging me something. As you look about the tavern, you do see a couple of hides of different wolves kind of shown up as trophies, a large moose's head with massive antlers, a large tiger with a bluish skin and black stripes along its fur with gnarly purple teeth that seem to almost all each be individual canine-like fangs. The creature looks to have on its face a look of surprise as it looks over the whole bar. There's a couple stools and a few tables, but most of them look to be dusty and honestly never used, as he has a couple of small stools set at the table. Though I will say, this is built for a dwarf. None of this stuff would really let you guys sit and use. You have to kind of almost kneel down to get into the doorway. The tavern door only opens up about halfway up about in total 9 feet tall. The guy looks back and goes, I can't afford any of that fancy stuff that the Regan gives out to his favorites, but it gets me by. And try and, I guess, sit on the ground. I'll bring. What do you want? What do you drink?
What do you got?
Dwarven ale and strong dwarven ale.
I'll start out with just regular dwarven ale then.
He looks to Dom and looks to Ned.
Oh, by the way, how does Ned feel about all of the skin
Yeah.
and
The taxidermied,
Yeah.
hunted animals up on the walls.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
Interesting blankets.
Oh,
Okay.
man, he's in denial.
He just kind of smiles. The old dwarf kind of smiles and goes, keep me warm at night.
I can just imagine it's like Kez and Dom seeing this, and it's like, I'm gonna tell him, don't you dare.
Alright, you two. Tall fist fighter. Green one. What do you drink?
I try the dwarven ale.
Alright.
Can you list the drink options again?
Dwarven ale and stronger dwarven ale.
Okay, that was an out of character question because I wanted to make sure I heard that right. Dwarven ale is fine.
Weak-livered goddamn giants. He
I've
turns.
never had dwarven ale before.
He turns. You see as he pops a cork of something in the ground and starts pulling 2 mugs down or 3 mugs down, and kind of comes out with a big slosh as he closes the barrel and comes over, setting them down to push them over to each of you, and goes, "All right, what do you want to know?"
The white wolf with a shield on its back.
It's a wolf with a shield on its back.
Well, do you have any more information about it? Where it's been spotted? Where it might be? It's
Here, there, anywhere it's hungry. Not near that damn dire goose that was out and about. Yes? Yes, Dom, would you like to do the sense motive objection?
No. I actually have a different check, guys. You'll be so proud of me. Can I do a spot or search check, whatever you feel is appropriate, to look for any sign of the shield from my vision on this person or in this house?
Give me a shield. Yeah, give me a shield check. Give me a search check.
What stat do I use for shield?
Listen, it's armor smithing. Get close enough, it'll work.
I got a 14.
As you kind of look about, you do see on the wall there is a silver sword kind of hung up on the wall underneath a pelt of a black wolf that's kind of mounted off to the corner. But as you look about the rest of the area, there doesn't seem to be any signs of armor or weapons. You do notice a door that seems to be kind of closed off, assumedly an area wherever this individual probably sleeps is in there. But beyond that, nothing else kind of catches your attention.
Okay, a silver sword, which is... would Domnander know enough about lycanthropy to know that's useful against them?
Give me a knowledge nature. Or a nature check. I'm wrong, there's no nature check. My apologies. I meant, knowledge nature.
There's a knowledge nature.
There's
yeah,
knowledge
that's just it. Yeah, it's just knowledge nature. No, I forgot nature wasn't just outright stat. I was thinking 5e for a moment.
Rough. I'm getting rough rolls today, guys. 7.
7?
I roll knowledge nature.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, same here.
Alright.
Nat 20!
Nat 20. Give me a profession healer check on top of that for that.
Yeah, sure. Profession healer. 17.
17, okay. As Ned and Dom, kind of as you think about the silver, it's not a well-known fact that silver is effective against creatures with lycanthropy. However, it is common for most places that are in abandoned areas or in areas on the frontier to carry a variety of weapons, including a silver weapon, as silver has been noted to be capable for certain monsters that are well documented. So, while not a knowledge that you would be familiar with yourselves, the concept of a silver weapon inside of a tavern in an area where that isn't really going to see many patrols would be to be expected. Similarly, you might see other weapons maybe made of like a bronze or copper to have a mix match in just in case of situation. However, as you kind of look about Kez, the sword catches your attention. You know well enough from your lessons with the West Wind Clinic that lycanthropy is a newer disease that was discovered amongst the goblins that had been being killed by Regan Utham or when you guys had originally arrived here, and that the disease was freshly being studied, and it was confirmed to be able to be passed by a bite if you're not careful. The other thing, as you kind of take a second thinking about that, what catches your attention is this individual, as he keeps looking about you lot, something about his eyes seem to be off. They're not, as you kind of think for a second, think about Eider as your like example of a snowbeard. His eyes look almost like a beast-like, rather with a thin slit and a bit more yellow in coloration as you get a clear look at them, whereas Eider's would look more like a normal pupil.
So, I've heard that this wolf, while they're doing their thing, they don't really hurt anybody. Do you might have any insight that a wolf would, attack, but then also not harm someone at the same time, also while being seemingly alone? That's strange for a wolf, isn't it?
I don't know about alone, youngin', but he kind of looks at you and goes, but, I mean, have you ever tried to kill a giant? No, nothing personal to the current standing company as far as it goes, but you need to understand, giants aren't easy even for a winter wolf. You lot are known for your Vikingers, and every one of you are trained quite capably. I imagine not many wolves would look to hunt you, and anyone that would work alone is probably more stupid and an outcast than it is one that was capable. Capable wolves don't find themselves alone.
An outcast, huh?
Yes, Dom?
Say, does Kez make any gesture indication towards the eyes to signal to the party that something's up or no?
I am not good with sleight of hand whatsoever, so with me trying not to tip this guy off, I'm not going to make any clear motions, because that would tip him off that I'm seeing things.
Yeah. It could be the same check, or I would like to maybe roll another. I've also just recalled the quest information that the wolf stole from adventurers, like didn't kill them but stole. Is there any way I can look for, with all the furs and other things around, if there seems to be sign of places that could be hiding any items or any items that look like they might have been stolen from adventurers besides the sword itself?
With the earlier check, nothing around the area immediately caught your attention. I mean, the pelts themselves look to be of high quality, but I mean, they're mounted. It's not like these are going to be something worn at this point. These look like showpieces at best, and well, valuable. I mean, it's an art piece at this point. Why, they kind of a weird thing to steal, given how easily that would be able to track, and how few people would be probably willing to buy it.
Do we even know what kind of stuff was stolen, or is it just stuff was stolen?
It just stated that stuff was stolen.
Gotcha.
It's,
do you happen
very
to know?
interesting, by the way, too. Oh, I was gonna say, Don Under would kind of like, as he's looking around, pipe up, a little sidetrack from the wolf conversation. I'm admittedly curious. You can't get many customers out here just with the weather and it's not being well developed yet. Is there any reason you have a tavern? Is it to serve adventurers? We are on a quest that deals with adventurers. If you've had any come through here lately, that'd be helpful. I'm just wondering how you stay in business, I suppose.
He looks at you and goes, "Oh, that's it. I mean, I hunt, and and that takes care of the food. I have a well nearby. I have kind of dug. My water's taken care of. Well, gold and commodities are finite options around these parts. So I find myself not wanting for much. Any real man who can take care of himself can see himself well off. I don't open the shop to adventurers. I call it a tavern so that people don't find me weird when they walk into a house in the middle of a village or in the middle of nowhere. Otherwise, people kind of look at you and you say, "Hey, it's just my house. I have questions," and then you get looked at as the weird hermit.
Well, don't a lot of people live out in the woods by themselves? Wouldn't it be a tavern be just as more weird?
He looks at you and goes, "That does actually, maybe, potentially. It depends on where you look at it from."
Do I see any like fur tufts or any remnants of wolf fur, other than the stuff on the wall, obviously?
Give me a search check.
Is there dog hair in the air? Just
the smell of wet dog.
Man, suspicious
13.
that he have some fur on his clothes.
You said 13, Ned?
His fur
14.
on his
Okay.
fur pelt clothes.
As you kind of look about, looking around the room, you kind of, as you kind of look at, focus in on some of the corners. You do see small bits of hair, kind of, little bits of the corner catches your attention here and there. The place isn't very well, swept or taken care of. The very simplistic and thick wood floors are kind of, rough and pretty brightly colored. So it's pretty easy to catch the very, short white hairs in the corners that are kind of clear to see.
And I mean, I can imagine it's easy to tell the difference between, person hair and dog hair.
I mean,
I can tell the difference.
With a 14, and given this individual's wearing a bunch of furs of different wolves and such, as well as has a very long white beard but a shaved head, I mean, it could be his own hair. It's hard to tell.
I mean, that's what I was curious about. Is he actually wearing any white pelts on him?
Yes, white, black, and gray.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that's what you get, Ned.
Gotcha. Well, with the quest that we're on about this white wolf, it was capture or kill. But from what this quest said about this white wolf, I definitely don't want to kill. It doesn't seem to be inherently bad, just trying to survive out there. It seems to me that whatever this wolf is somewhat intelligent, and I would like to talk to it if you have any idea of a more...
You want to talk to a wolf?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it is a wolf.
But if it is, I can talk to it.
Oh, one of you fancy druids. That's what we need around these parts. More you lot who won't even eat any meat.
You say you sustain yourself in the land around here and you live here alone. Surely it would be helpful to you to perhaps escort us. I mean, you're local here. You would know the layout more. And if there's a wolf smart enough to steal things and not get caught, well, I can't imagine your food sources are going to last long on top of any other troubles. I mean, if the wolf stays out here, they'll be sending guards and patrols, and you'll be getting more business, in air quotes, to this tavern of yours. Obviously, we could work something out, I'm sure, but if you assist us in tracking it down out there, be more help than us having to flounder around on our own, I imagine, unless you want us around here often. We will have the very big airship around, and I don't imagine that's good for your prey either.
It takes a second, because
I'll roll diplomacy if I need to.
Yeah, roll diplomacy.
I'm trying to convince him to come with us because I'm highly suspicious, but also
I mean, yeah, the
a local
eyes
guide would
are.
be good.
Yeah, the eyes are something special.
I haven't noticed the eyes. Don Under's just hella suspicious of a guy living alone, lying about his house being a tavern, and knowing that this wolf is just a person and also might have someone helping it.
I mean, it is a tavern. Like, the area is set up as a tavern at this point. Like,
I mean, yeah, I
building.
believe that. He just said it. He's like, oh yeah, it wouldn't be as suspicious to have a tavern instead of a house out there. I'm like, no, it'd actually probably be even more suspicious to have
Yeah.
a weird tavern in the
What'd
woods.
you get for your diplomacy as well?
I need to roll my new dice. These dice hate me.
What'd you get?
It's a 8 total.
8? Okay. He kind of looks at you and goes, I don't go anywhere with nobody. And if you don't mind my asking, why don't you sit your cups down and take your leave? I don't like the idea of it. Sounds like you're trying to drag me out and kill me.
I assured you if we planned to kill you, we would do so in a secluded house. But
I mean, if that's the case, I can tell the Regan. I'm happy to report this to him. He kind of looks at you and huffs and he goes, if this is how you're going to treat me and mine, I'm going to make sure the Regan hears of this.
I could inform him myself if you'd like. I have quite a strong line of contact. And I look him dead in the eye as I sip my drink. I want to note, Dom's been pretending to sip his drink. He's not actually been sipping it this entire time.
I am sorry for my friend here. They are very close to the Regan. But in that case, if we're about to leave, then I just have a question for you. You have strange eyes for a snow dwarf.
Yeah, I'm old. So what?
I don't think so.
And I think you need to move on.
Can I, as we're getting kicked out, can I sense motive?
Yes, get your objection.
Listen,
he gave me reason.
I think we should talk man to wolf.
Alright, I'm gonna let the sense motive go up first, and then all...
Yeah. Sense motive, before you potentially just harass a guy who's just got, like, a birth condition.
Yeah, could you imagine, like, bestial eyes for no fucking reason?
18. Guys, I'm back. I'm so back.
18? And what are you trying to get out of this?
Sense motive, basically, he's kicking us out. He's threatening to call the Reagan, which I'm sure to most normal people would be a good threat. Like, they'd get nervous, they'd get anxious. Don Under obviously has a reason not to. So I'm trying to determine, is he just pissed off and telling us to fuck off, just to fuck off? Or is this guy getting in the sense that we're onto him and is attempting to push us out before we either act on our suspicions or sniff him out?
As you kind of take a second look at, it seems like he looks nervous as you see a bead of sweat kind of going down the side of his face, and he keeps kind of, his eyes keep dotting about. As, you hear Kez say this, you see a cold, immediately, like, emotions dropped from this individual, and as the look goes to Kez's eyes, there is no more sense of humanity as you kind of look at this individual. There is almost something entirely different, as a guttural growl is released from the old man as Kez mentions this.
Listen.
Now, before you act in haste, my friend, we are wanting to talk. Keep your teeth and claws away, and we shall keep ours. But as Don Under's saying this, he is, like, holding his hands in a loose, like, ready to fucking throw a haymaker if this bitch charges at us.
You know,
But I'm not.
Okay.
Kesnock is going to make a very slow show, him pinching his weapon, moving it to the side, and laying it on the ground.
Okay.
To show, like, hey man, let's just talk.
Ned, as you're standing back, what are you doing as you watch this?
I'm just kind of standing in the background to the side, totally not reaching for my bedroll to have to stuff this snowbeard in if I have to.
The bedroll writing. Um, uh, as you kind of start to go slowly for the bedroll, kind of planning and looking at him, kind of measuring it out. Kez setting his weapon, kind of unsheathing his weapon from, or well, removing the wrap, I guess, the belt off of him, as he sets down sheath and weapon all together onto the ground. Dom seems to kind of fist getting ready up at the right up the up, assuming ready to hit this individual, and you see the old man just kind of, as he watches this, kind of looks at each of you and goes, "I'm gonna make this clear. If you decide to do what I think you're about to do, the city will be in worse trouble than you want. Now, I recommend you turn and move on and accept the fact that this is not a quest for adventurers of your level, and that the Regan gave you something to get you killed. The mayor's already in a tizzy, last I heard, especially after the rumors of some individual worth a ton of gold has been walking around the streets of the city of Velcomen. I think you've got a lot more profitable options to deal with at this point. So turn and leave."
The mayor in the tizzy is an understatement.
Yeah, mayor's dead.
We could work out the deal, assuming you wouldn't prove too much of trouble to the city's progress as a large. We don't have to take you in. If we bring in a dead white wolf, there's a 500 gold reward. And should you not kill anyone, should you remain doing what you've done, then we can both go our separate ways.
No, not remain doing what you've done.
But if you are going to become a problem,
no,
we would also have to return the items.
Return the items. We need you to not attack anyone anymore, taking their items. Simple. If anything, open up a tavern in the new town. This drink isn't half bad. I'm sure you can make some cash there. You seem to be the lone wolf kind of guy. I get that.
Is that a joke?
Yes.
Get out of my tavern.
Not until you take the deal.
Okay. How about this? I take that silver sword off the thing and I run it through you, and then I kill your two friends that are still in the airship. Because I promise you, if you think I'm alone, you've already made your second biggest mistake. And if you want to know what your first was, it was coming in here by yourselves, without the big fucking troll.
could I prepare an action upon him saying that to, if things go south, instead of punching him, jump for the sword? Like,
okay,
not move, but position myself and ready my, like, prepare how, like, your muscles tense to get that, like, should shit go south, I'm going to attempt to intercept that because he's projected that move to me.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me. You prepare. He hasn't moved as he continues to stand about 5 feet from Kez, just kind of staring at him with Dom standing behind.
1 second. I need to check something real quick.
Okay.
Hey, anyway, Hootie can go get the others. Ned, is Hootie with you?
Hootie doesn't like the cold.
I want you to know.
Hootie sense that her master's in trouble?
If more wolves show up like he said, you're about to hear a brawl outside.
I was gonna say, Sen did say he'd get paid if he kept us alive on quest. So if he hears a fight go off, he has monetary incentive to come in.
So technically, by wording how you hired him, the other wolves and not the one you're quest on are outsiders, and I was hired to deal with those. So technically, I have to attack a pack of wolves if they show up.
If a pack of wolves shows up, it's like, not wolf on quest. Must kill.
Only one wolf on
assassination
quest. That
attempt.
pack.
That pack. Pack not allowed. Sen will kill. Sen
Alright.
will kill, then paint.
Are you confident, Kez?
Kez is gonna put his belt on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at Dom. Well, can't say we didn't try the peaceful route. And I'm gonna kick this guy.
Alright, let's roll initiative. Let's see. It includes the 2 in the ship as well.
Nat 20 for a 21.
Damn.
That's a solid 7 on my end.
Let me get my lucky dice.
Oof.
Man, I wish I had lucky dice that are totally not weighted.
7
Right?
from
Mine
Kez.
aren't weighted. Mine just are dice I go to when I get scared by big rolls that usually are nicer to me, but not always nicer to me. I can't find the one.
This
This
is
is a
such
bad
bullshit.
What?
Got a fucking nat 20 on initiative and I have nothing to do with it.
Ouch.
Hey, your senses could go off. Your sense evil
Levitos,
could be
you
going
know
off
if
right
this
now.
happens, it's gonna be me and you against an entire wolf pack. You know that, right?
Yep.
What's new?
To be fair, if they're winter
God.
wolves, at least I'm
It was-
immune to the breath weapon.
True.
That's true.
It was almost a nat 20, and then it wasn't. And then it wasn't.
Okay, what was it?
4.
4? Okay. Is that total, or is it you don't have any mod?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you
I
not?
have a mod. I rolled a nat 2.
Okay. Ned, what'd you
Wait.
get?
Didn't I give
21 total, nat 20.
Damn, okay.
Don't,
No, we're moving on. We're moving on, Hatrack. I want to keep this going here.
not change the initiative. I'm pretty sure you have a +3 because the item I gave you. Don't you have a +3 to initiative? This is deck.
Go look it up in the
So it's like a
background.
5.
Okay, alright, thank
Okay,
you.
5.
Say, Eider, what'd you roll?
It's 20 for a total of 20.
20, okay. Thank you. Alright, that's what I was trying to get through so I can get the initiative order in going. So give me a minute, now I gotta get everything organized, so... Now you have a second to go look up if you need to look up something.
To be fair, the thing they needed to look up was whether or not their initiative was higher.
They fucking could have done it, like, while I was pulling everyone else's and updating. It doesn't take 2 seconds. God damn. Alright, so...
Because I had +2 decks before they had the deck booster, so...
give me a second. I gotta get everyone in order. Alright, wow. Dom, I'm honestly... I'm sorry. Let's see. Alright.
I know, the monk going that low is not great for me.
As we immediately, with the initiative, go to the top, as the individual has not moved, so your prepared action doesn't go off as of yet. Ned, you are up at the top of the initiative.
I swing the bedroll down and try to just right over top of him.
Oh! Wait a minute. Hold up.
Bag him! Bag him!
Give me a minute. I don't have something for bagging an enemy. We've never had to deal with this before.
I'd argue grapple, because it's the closest.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. Yeah, we'll do a grapple. All right.
Large creatures get a bonus to grappling, right?
He does, but this because he's initiating it, the guy still gets the attack of opportunity.
To be fair, if he hasn't moved yet, he's technically flat-footed, so he doesn't.
Oh, you're right.
threaten.
That's right, because Chestnut got me on that before when we were in this. Yep. So that does mean he is flat-footed because he hasn't moved yet. So that does, that means he doesn't get the. I think that's no attack of opportunity if you're flat-footed.
Correct, and he's
yeah.
denied his dexterity bonus to AC, but since it's a strength check, that doesn't matter.
All right. So it's your grapple check. It's your base attack bonus, strength mod, and your +4 for being large, Ned.
Okay.
versus this
Of anything
individual.
Of anything I was expecting, it was not for Ned to try to bag the guy with a bag.
I mean, he was preparing
this
with
is
his bag
100%
out.
a Ned move.
I
So
don't
a
have.
nat 20 for a 21 plus
No
5 more
way!
to 26.
No, I don't.
No!
Even if I fucking crit, I can't beat you. Yeah, and I nat one.
my
Fuck
God.
me.
Yo!
As Ned goes, immediately jumping at the moment, as soon as seeing Kez pull his weapon, Ned grabs the bedroll, scooping the guy down like again the Grinch stealing a bag of Christmas presents. Pulls up and tightens it. Give me a use rope check, I assume, because I assume you're gonna tighten it off.
With
Yes.
that nat 1, I feel like bro get knocked out.
That one was a nat 1 for a 2.
For 2, as you tie it, and the excitement as Ned's just happy this went so smoothly, and this individual didn't do anything to stop you. The excitement kind of gets away as you tie a very loose and really horrible knot.
Oh, Ned is already anticipating him trying to get out, and so that's why, since I'm not moving, I'm going to swing the bedroll and slam him on the ground.
Hey, with that nat 1, right?
Yeah, let's see again. Let me check.
Well, I have a hold of the tied end, at least.
I'm curious on if that nat 1 did anything else to this wolf man.
Alright, you'll have to find out.
Man is just shocked.
Yeah,
he got fucking like knocked out.
as he is grappled and technically does not get a chance to do anything since he didn't move. Technically, therefore he's stuck. He's considered prone, if I remember correctly. So yeah, go ahead and make I guess just an unarmed attack for the slamming.
Right.
Man's about to fully Hulk him.
Oh, God.
Ouch. As you go to kind of pick him up and like slam him, he is moving about, Ned, and as he's struggling, it's hard to keep the thing closed as he seems to start kicking with the reaction. You don't manage to pick him up and move, or be able to slam him at all, as kind of seems to almost stop immediately.
I'm just holding the bag up. Pinata!
I hit him with my hammer.
Alright, I assume, Sen, you have a higher dex mod than Eider.
I have a +6.
I have a +0.
Yeah, okay, so I assumed as much, but I had to ask. Listen, you never know. So Sen, you are up first, as you two did match. Sen, as you are still on the ship, painting away, kind of cards in one hand, paintbrush in the other, as you're kind of talking to Eider, teaching him how to grunt and what things mean as you move about, kind of trying to teach him primitive.
I mean, like, is anything going on? Any enemies approaching? Any?
Give me a spot check.
Okay. Nope. 30.
30. As you kind of look out and about, nothing's moving. I mean, you see the door open for a moment as you see kind of Ned standing in the doorway for a second, and then the door closes, and after a few moments, you go back to focusing on out and about. There's no creatures or anything that seems to be on the horizon.
Huh. Well, I'm only supposed to step in if they're literally almost dead, or if something else shows up. So I'm just gonna kind of hang out here. If something shows up, I'll deal with it. But like,
all right,
I don't have a reason to move yet.
Give me an intelligence and charisma check. Let's see if you can finish your lesson with Eider for your second action.
Wait.
Party's just meanwhile having one of the best fights of their life. Over here, they're training in how to grunt at each other.
Booga booga.
Bash.
That's not the best.
Fun fact: if you do succeed on a pen, then they can't speak unless you let them.
Oh. I'm far more
fucking
charismatic today than I am intelligent, but that's okay.
I shall take a full round action to appreciate the lesson.
Yeah, as again, Sen tries to explain it, but now as he tries to simplify it, it doesn't stick Though he seems to make it more easier to understand. He speaks at such a simple form that the terms seem to get mixed up with others, and you start to kind of confuse a few things as you continue. All right, Eider. As Sen continues to sit there, kind of working at it, painting, you're up.
I'll have a spoiler for you. I have a +0 to spot and a +3 to search. So if you didn't fucking find anything, I sure as fuck aren't.
Yeah, what about listen? Hold up.
Hey,
Like-
you could
No?
nat
Okay.
20.
You could nat 20. You never know.
All right. Bet.
Let's see what you got. Come on. You gotta try.
No.
Oh, well.
Okay, so I take a full round action to learn.
Alright, give me an intelligence.
One second. Fuck this cursed platform. I'll go up to fucking World Able real fast.
Listen,
Okay, never mind. That's
Avray.
an 8.
Oh, okay. Well, as you try to understand the terms, they start to muddle up. There's so many grunts that sound the same, and so many movements are just a few centimeters off that means something so different. It's starting to give you a headache at the fact of both the simplicity and lacking in simplicity that it has. All right. As we jump down to the next person, Kez, you're up.
All right. Boyo's in the bag.
Yep, Boyo's in the
And
bag. Ned
Boyo's
is
in the bag.
kind of got it loosely tied, but is mostly just sitting there holding it and trying to like keep it closed.
I'm going to sheathe my hammer as I walk over to the silver sword and grab that.
All right. Yeah, as you walk over the 15 feet and grab the sword off the thing, it's only kind of just sitting there on a rack as you kind of pick it off the side. Give me a will save.
All right. I'm not supposed to be bad at those, but we'll see what I'm willed.
Did you open your mouth before you should have?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I was speaking shit about myself, but that was a 12.
12. Okay.
I need to stop rolling on this godforsaken
You
fucking page.
suddenly feel the immediate hatred and want to kill this dwarf that's in that sack. Cutting him to ribbons with this silver sword is the only thing that will satisfy this sudden hatred that you feel in your heart. Every person that's called you a woman, insulted you, it's all boiled down to be this man's fault.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Looks at this sort of a smile saying that. I'm
Just
already
like,
claiming that.
oh,
You're just helping.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Alright.
Oh gosh, the
As-
curse was not removed.
Well,
just
I mean,
delayed.
I still have I moved 15. I still have because I have 40 movement speed with
Yep.
this on. So I guess I'll move on back over within 5 feet of this beautiful bag. I won't be able to do anything this turn because I assume my action would have been grabbing the sword.
No, I don't think it would take that long to take a sword off. It wasn't like secured, it was just picking it up off. So, I mean, yeah, turning back and running back with it, I think I'll still allow an attack for it.
All right, I'll attack this man. All right.
Let's see what you got.
Is there any attack bonus with this sword?
There is, give me a moment. I will account for it, so you don't have to, don't worry about it.
Okay. So that is 18 without... Yeah, that's 18.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage, just as if it was a normal longsword.
That's crazy. What's the damage of a longsword?
1d8,
Ah.
in this case, plus your strength modifier.
Then allow me to grab a d8 from my dice bucket since I don't have a d8 thing on my sheet. Which... Here we are. I'm gonna use my red and blue one, my fire and ice die. 5 damage.
As you slice into the bag, you watch his blood kind of starts to coat it as you feel it digs in meatily, pulling back. You hear a squelch come from inside the bag, and then in Dwarvish, for those who can understand it, a gruntle grunt of, "You bastards!" As the creature...
Too bad I can't understand.
holding the sword with the blood kind of going down it. Alright. Thus ending your turn, Kez.
Yep, Keznok's turning into Duke Nukem. I hope you all know it.
The dwarf is up, and he is going to use his action, and is going to go ahead and turn into his alternate form, turning into a giant, giant, medium werewolf. As the full wolf, the creature seems to expand inside the bag, growing in length and such, as it seems to howl and tear at the bag. It's going to it is going to try and fight your grapple.
You got this,
need
bud.
to keep this bitch
Do I
alive
need to
for
roll
the
anything?
money.
Yeah, give me a moment to pull my notes. It is the same as usual.
Well, I'll be honest, my plan was to use this sword and eventually do it non-lethal, but I think that's out of the option now, for me at least.
And the only thing is...
I have a way to potentially knock him out, I think, depending on werewolf immunities and resistances. I just need to get to my fucking turn.
Yeah, no problem. Just letting you know ahead of time, with this sword in my hand, if my turn is the last one, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
14?
It beat me. I rolled a 12.
Hey!
Alright. As
ready for another crisis?
as the creature pulls out of or tears itself out of the bed sack. Bedroll. There we go. The creature seems to bite and tear away at it, pulling itself out. As it does, it looks up at you, Ned, and like with a glare on its face, still the blood dripping from its stomach, seems to look at you and is going to go ahead and bite you. Just see if it can hit. As it thinks you're the one who just attacked it. Does a 24 hit?
Just barely.
Listen, it's a +5. It's not ridiculous. I promise. I just rolled well. Okay. 1d6 plus 3. Give me a fortitude save as you take 5 piercing damage from the bite as it tears into your lower calf, biting and tearing at you.
The green like throat.
You got a what?
22.
Okay. That's success. As you feel the creature kind of pulls away green bits of hefty moss in its mouth as it kind of spits away at the ground. A little bite mark left on Ned's calf as the creature kind of glares up at it, looking about, ending its turn. Dom, you're up.
Okay. I would like to reference something I saw earlier. It is like 5th edition. You can get like a free item interaction, correct?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
I want to uncork a vial of poison I have. Basically, as the item.
Yeah, that's just that does technically.
Or if I can't, I was gonna say if I can't pull it out and like uncork it, I think. Well, no, Justin, did it come in a glass vial or in a flask?
What item are you referring to?
The drow knockout poison.
It was in a flask.
Yeah, so I would say that would be, if you wanted to take that and then use it, I'd say that'd be if you're just putting on your weapon and not like throwing it at someone, yeah, I'd say that'd be an action.
Yeah.
If you're coating your weapon,
Cool.
I mean, it makes sense to be an action.
I'm wondering now.
Also, when coating a weapon, if you don't have poison use, which I don't think it's even possible to get at like level 2, you have to roll a d20. If you're not 1, you poison yourself.
Yes.
Just something to keep in mind.
Oh. Was not aware of that last fight, even though it did not work. I'm debating if I do it on mine or someone else's weapon. Since this is an injury weapon, it has to be a stabbing weapon, right?
Piercing or slashing, yes.
Then
That's
can
on
I
my
take
weapon.
it and yeah, I was saying, can I take it and apply it to Kez's weapon and look at him kind of with a serious look and be like, alive, preferably,
Blood in
as
my
I like kind of just splash it.
eyes are bloodshot,
On his
ready to kill.
All right. So you're pouring this on your weapon or on Kez's? Sorry.
Kez's, because
Okay.
Kez and we all should be right by each other because of the room positioning.
Yes. Well, yeah. You are within 5 feet of each of your party members as you kind of are semi-circling this poor creature.
Yeah. So I do that, and then with my is it because I'm not moving? Is it 2 actions or was that one of my actions?
That is an action as far as it goes to
see.
coat his weapon. Yeah.
Okay. Then second action, I'm gonna punch this dude real good.
Alright.
Let me double check
Punch
the wording
this
on something real quick. I'm gonna
Give him a
punch
little
this.
slap in the face.
For one, I designate him for my dodge bonus because I just can do that. And
Okay.
then, we're not flanking, are we? Because
Yes,
we
you are.
moved,
Yeah,
so-
you're all flanking
Oh,
technically.
we are,
Yes.
which is a +2, correct?
Correct.
Mhm.
Then when I attack, I want to flurry of blows. Then, so
Alright.
I take the penalty, but I get a second attack.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Let me find. Yes, let me find my good stat. My good, well, not good stat. My good punch dice. Okay. So, first attack that was not in the box. First attack. Oh my gosh, these 2s. That I assume that misses. 'Cause-
With a 2?
yeah, 5 total.
5 does miss as you swing at the wolf. The creature kind of turns to you and kind of seems to step away out of the way of the blow pretty quickly.
Okay. I believe. Yeah, roll the second one. That is a 16 total.
16, as you go to swing at the creature, you do hit as the wolf seems to be ready to dodge, not expecting you to come in with a clumsier blow. You manage to land a hit on it.
Heck yeah. Alright, that's all I needed. Let me roll that damage. Non-lethal, obviously, because I'm just aiming to discombobulate.
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 Alright,
4 bludgeoning.
For
And
bludgeoning, okay.
just double checking I didn't have anything else. 3 of blows, penalty. That's just stuff at high level. Yeah, I don't believe I get anything
Yeah. As
extra fancy. So yep, that'll be all.
As you swing at the creature, hitting it one after another, hitting a blow after blow, the hits seem to smack on. The werewolf or the large wolf seems to look at you completely unfazed as the blows hit its fur, almost feeling as if you're hitting nothing but soft fluff. The creature seems almost unbothered by the impacts as it seems to stare over at Kez.
Discombobulate.
You said you got 2 attacks because of the flurry of blows, so...
Yeah, the first one missed.
Oh, what's the 2? Yeah, that's right. Never mind. Okay, making sure. Alright, want to make sure.
Hey,
Perfect.
if you want to give me a free attack, yeah.
Nope.
No.
Ned,
That'll be the end of my turn.
you are up. As you stand, you are flanking the creature, looking at Kez is right in one square over in front of you. On the opposite side of the large wolf, now standing in the middle of the 3 of you, with having Dom off to your right and then a slight wall to your left. The door right behind you and the bedroll kind of at your feet. What do you want to do?
I need a fortitude save from the wolf.
Ah, that's not good. 26.
Well, damn.
Okay. Well, then it will succeed.
Okay.
So I cast Flare. It would see kind of a burst of light go off in front of it, but
Yeah.
is unfazed.
Yeah, this little light kind of
And then-
fizzles out in front of it. Okay.
I will swing the bonk stick down on it.
Bad doggy.
Let's see what you got.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20, that hits.
And then do you add strength to that?
Yes. To your, if you're just bonking him with your stick, yeah, for the quarter stuff. Should be your strength
6.
modifier, yeah. It's 6, okay. As you slam your staff into the creature, once again, you feel the impact hitting its fur as it seems to almost absorb the impact. The creature just kind of looks back at you and then turns its head back to Kez as it growls and shows its fangs.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Sen. Give me another search check and another intelligence and charisma check, I assume, as you continue the lesson.
I'm teaching till I'm needed. All right. I'm curious. How does Avery feel about me today? How we're
So with your mod, oof.
Yeah, 16.
As you continue to search out, looking about, nothing catches your attention. The building is quiet. The snow is quiet. The incoming ocean waves seem normal. It's a mellow day. I mean, the storm looks to be even lightening up as time is going on.
Well, I don't think the lesson's gonna go well this time.
As Sen continues to dumb down the lesson even further, thinking that would help.
Charisma, though.
But elegantly explain that this isn't insulting. He's just trying to help as he walks through explaining this as dumb as possible. Eider, you slightly feel better about the fact that he's not insulting your intelligence. He's just trying to make this go across.
Hard language.
Sen, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, man, I'm just continuing my painting while we do this.
Alright, Eider, you're up.
Cool. So here's my Hail Mary bullshit check of whatever you want. Oh, 1 to 20. Okay, cool.
Okay, alright.
So, and there's the it.
As you start to grasp it more, the understanding is starting to fit through. If he would have just explained it a little bit more thoroughly, you feel you could have grasped it that time. As you're starting to get a better understanding of the overall language. God, just roll above a 10 at the same time, damn it! Want all of you now. It's killing me.
I'm trying.
Man, I'm so glad my party is just so incredibly competent.
Yeah.
They're great.
They don't need us at all, Sen. I feel really at peace.
Yeah, as you continue to relax, enjoying the slight after effects of the dream lily still kind of in your system. Jumping over to Kez, who is currently screaming at the werewolf with a silver sword that's got blood on it. You know.
So much so that I'm pulling out my skull dice for this one. I'm going in. I'm gonna kill this fucker.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm saying that as there's I'm really out for blood right now.
All right.
At least Kez is because of this weapon.
Well, whenever you hit, the knockout poison has a chance to affect.
Yeah, let's hope I do enough for the
So if you
knockout
don't
poison
kill
to
him
work.
damage-wise, you could knock him out, and then we could deal with your sword situation.
Yeah. All right. So let's see what we got. Ooh, very nice. 24 with the flank, but not the weapon's attack bonus.
That hits.
All right. Let me grab my D8. There you go. Max damage. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
As you stab into the creature, it screeches out in pain, yipping as loud as it can as the blade cuts into the side of it. You feel things cutting and severing inside as the blade runs through. As you pull back out, tearing as you do, you watch as blood goes flying about the room. The creature seems to kind of slightly limp to its side as its legs kind of slightly start to give out and wobble. It looks up at you, and with a glare of defiance, it growls.
Does the knockout poison do anything?
What is the save on that, Dom?
Yeah, I was about to say.
The DC is a 13 for two save, I believe.
What kind of
So
save
it's
is
probably
it?
going to succeed, but
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
I think it's
That's a
fortitude, right?
25.
It's probably,
Nice.
I was going to say, probably saves, but I figured it was my last Hail Mary for us to do this non-lethally.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, hey, it might bleed out
reward's far
before I
higher,
kill it.
it's a
Who
lot.
knows?
Does the 25 succeed?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Dom, or
Yes.
not Dom. Kaz, as you pull your blade away, the creature still growls at you, ready, as if it's ready to pounce.
I look upon it with pity and disgust.
And hope you roll well enough that doesn't come off weird and it kills you by critting.
Yeah, right? Could you imagine? Man, what a storyline.
Died to a werewolf. Hey,
Yes,
you
I
know.
forgot. So, I mean, we're gonna be attacking again, because I'm not moving.
Yep.
So let's...
you overtook the goose, but
16
not
with
the
no
wolf.
Okay.
16 without the weapon bonus.
That hits.
And for the D8... 7 damage.
7 damage. As you drive the blade through, pity on your eyes, looking down at the creature, the hatred boiling over, and every bit and ounce of this kind of evil inside of you kind of boiling up to a point. As the blade drives down straight through the skull of the creature, you watch as the lights go out in the eyes of the creature as it looks up at you. Blade piercing down to its throat and down through its chest and out. As it does so, the creature seems to fall over with the blade. As you kind of feel that evil, that hatred finally let loose, and find yourself calming, almost as if a cloud has been removed from you, as you watch the silver sword kind of disintegrate into a fine dust as it does.
As soon as that happens, Kez will stand back in fear of himself and just look at his hands, because this is not what he really wanted to do. He did want to take him in alive, and he'll go over to the creature, the dwarf, the lycanthrope, and kneel over his body and start giving him his last rites.
Alright, roll me a knowledge, religion, and a wisdom check.
I just look over to Dom like, that's kind of horrifying.
9 knowledge, religion, and as for the wisdom check, an 8. I'm not doing good, guys. I need a... You know what? This is it. I'm not rolling on this fucking website anymore. Hear me now! Chat! YouTube! Fuck World Anvil rolls! God damn it!
I was giving him nat 20s all of last session. He was very happy about it.
I won!
But as you kind of the whole situation
Take it away.
boiling over, kind of bothering you, and really being kind of causing your mind to be focused on what you just gone through, what you just done, and kind of causing you to question a bit about who you are and what you're doing. You kind of give a half-hearted rite, not really paying attention to if this dwarf had any sort of religious memorabilia about him or anything that maybe his people would have cared to have had for their rite. You just go about an average, what you'd expect for a follower of Ella Ugbo, as you kind of finish the prayer and kind of stand back up as Ned and Dom kind of, I assume, watch this half-hearted last rite even.
Ned's kind of mortified. He just, like, watched Kez in pure fury, murder somebody and then just get down and start preying on the body.
Hello?
Going like pure. Like,
Welcome back, Dom.
I cut out.
Don't worry, Kez just failed his rolls, and it was really badly. So that's
Yeah,
it.
I was there to witness that. I just didn't witness the part after.
Yeah, no worries. After all said and done, coins on the eyes. At least hope try and make sure they stay on, because with the split head, it gets a little difficult.
A little bit, yes. As you kind of shove it on, and a few seconds later it falls down. You kind of move it back up. It kind of goes down half as you almost finish the ride, and kind of shove it back up. Go ahead, Dom.
As Kez does this, Dominander kind of looking away from this is going to head right into that back room where he believes the items are likely kept.
All right. As you head into the back, kind of leaving the rest of your party behind, you rush in. As you do so...
Oh, as a quick question, after killing the werewolf, does it revert back into its no dwarf form, or does it stay as it is?
It does stay as it is.
Okay. While Dom is doing that, can I take just the pelts off the wall to wrap up the werewolf?
Yeah. As you go piece by piece, yeah. And Ned, what are you doing as you see Dom kind of head to the back room?
I'll go back with Dom.
Okay. As the two of you kind of head towards the back room, the door is completely unlocked, and as you kind of open it, Dom, looking inside, almost immediately you see a couple or two what looks to be young frost giants, no older than maybe their early teens, completely cut up and butchered, pieces of them looking as if they were being being prepared for meals. Off to the side, a large chest that kind of spews over with a small thing of, or I'd say a large thing of half plate, a large chain shirt, and some large banded mail that's kind of just sitting in there, as well as what looks to be some coins tossed about the chest. As you look around the rest of the room, there doesn't seem to be anything else. The crates that are in there seem to all be empty as you kind of pop them open one by one.
Kez, those aren't your final funeral rites tonight. As Dominander kind of crouches down to look the frost giants over, do they seem pretty old dead, or are these like fresh kills? Like the people who posted the quest weren't aware of this.
Give me a heal check.
Okay, I don't know what my
Leave those heal
I
tricks
think
to me,
decent.
Dom.
I was gonna say I can also do that.
My wisdom's
Yeah.
good. My wisdom's good.
I
My
thought you were
heal
stronger.
check is a
I
13.
kind of want to
Perfectly
push
average.
back and see what the modifier is, but then I don't want to be let down.
Mhm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
As you look at the look over the body, kind of taking a look at for a moment, Dom, you can't tell even what killed these kids. Looking them over, I mean, there's a lot of wounds to them. There's pieces and chunks of them missing, and one of them's missing a whole arm, the other a whole leg. It's too hard to identify really what caused the damage, what damage is artificial was made by the butcher, and what was made by those who attacked them. And it's far too hard to even tell when the corpses were killed, as they seem to be well preserved in this back room.
Mm-hmm. I guess by that
so
point,
Dominander,
I would have walked in after Dom called me in.
Dominander crouches down, kind of looks them over, and like would stand up as Kez walks in and goes, I think the quest was wrong. Seems our wolf did kill people. And I'm gonna gesture, like look towards them and be like, help me take the gear back to the ship.
Have Ned help you. I need to take care of these boys first.
You do realize we have to take that werewolf body with us, yes?
Yes, but I need to take care of these boys.
I mean, we
Okay.
might even.
Saw you.
Do we want to take them so that they can
Yes.
do proper
Oh.
funerals and such?
Oh, no, of course. I just need to do their rites sooner than later.
Yes. I simply was asking since you were giving the werewolf rights. I didn't want you to get prickly that we'd have to bring the body with us.
No. I knew we had to take them, but all living things deserve their last rites, no matter what they've done.
Interesting philosophy. As Don Unders begins loading up gear and kind of just making his way towards the ship, kind of straight to business.
As Dom starts doing that, I whisper under my breath, "All souls reach the mother."
I'm sure I hear that and just decide not to comment.
That's on you as you watch as the Kez begins giving the last rites to the two boys. With Dom kind of taking the chest. Ned, what do you do as you watch these two kind of split up after this little scene going on?
So Ned is helping Dom in the best that he can, but not really touching any of the metal.
Okay.
Or things like that. So probably mostly just supervising.
Okay, just kind of following. Alright. Let's jump over to Eider and Sen. As you continue to sit in the ship, as the werewolf is killed, Sen and Eider, we're out of initiative. What would you like to do?
I think we've started a blues band while they were gone.
Oh, okay. Music starting to play in the background as you two kind of sing along with it.
Then
In
play.
the ship.
I mean, we can play some blues, you know.
All right, give me some perform checks for it. Let's see what we got.
They're gonna have a blue Christmas.
Now you get a 15. That all right. Eider coming in and pulling out like a harmonica and just starts laying down a beat and singing to it and kind of getting into it.
You're gonna love.
Sen comes in fully supporting as the two of you kind of get a nice little musical going. As you kind of start going about practicing your music, the painting coming to an end, you hear as Ned and Dom come in from the above ground. Dom, as you open the hatch, the first thing you hear is just harmonica music and the sounds of blues being sung from inside the captain quarters.
So, I think, I believe we have to pass the captain's quarters to get to the hold, right?
Yup.
So they would see me coming down with some of the gear, and just look at the two and go, couldn't work things out diplomatically. There's
They would
gear
also
to be
see
loaded
a
in if
patch of
you are
moss
free.
missing out of my leg.
Yep.
Also, Kez is likely to be extra unhappy given what happened in there. And kind of addressing this to Eider and just continues down to the cargo hold.
I just look I'm stunned the entire time. Watch y'all walk off, turn to Sen and go, "What the fuck happened to diplomacy?"
Sen shrugs and goes, "Sen don't know, but they remembered to loot this time."
I imagine a few moments later, Keznot comes walking up the wolf's body on over his shoulder, fully wrapped up, coins wrapped inside, kind of climbing aboard. The hefty sack of rotting flesh kind of laid out on the ground, or laid out on the captain's deck, and kind of just sat there as Kez comes in.
And I did collect the remaining piece of the boys. Yeah, that's what you.
Oh, you were gonna take the young boys. You're gonna bring their corpses as well. Okay.
Yeah, because although I gave them their rights, they still should deserve to be buried by their people.
It'll take you another trip, but between the two, you'll get them both going. Yeah.
I can help carry one.
Oh, we get witness Frost Giant funeral. Quite something to watch.
I'm beginning to think that every single quest that was posted in that city is pure bullshit.
Well, it was made. I think a lot of them. I don't think actually anybody but the mayor posted them all. I have a strange feeling that if they say it's by someone else, it's a fake. It's a lie.
I was gonna say all these quests are made by me.
As you kind of
The information we got is bullshit.
you guys kind of gather around, staring down at the werewolf corpse, kind of looking at the thoughts going through each of your heads about the quest and looking at the ones on the table. We'll end the scene here, and we'll call this good for today's session. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and today's theme was non-violence. And we'll see you next time.